What is going on? Welcome to The Bottom Line. I'm Jimmy. I hope that you're doing well. First and foremost, at the time of this episode, it is Christmas Day. So Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you. This is a very special Christmas Day episode as we got to be a part of something very, very special that we could not wait to share with you. Our very good friend, MediaManDan of the MediaManDan podcast. Link is down below in the description section to his podcast, by the way. Go check it out. But he hooked up me and Brian Moritz of the VIP Soundcheck, another very good friend of ours. Link down below in the description to his YouTube channel. Go subscribe to the VIP Soundcheck and to the MediaManDan podcast. But point being, Dan hooked us up for an interview with the one and only Carlie Shea of Shea What Now. Go subscribe to Carlie Shea. Channel link is down below in the description section as well. This was quite possibly one of the best interviews that we have ever been a part of. A really, really awesome Christmas gift. So on behalf of Brian and everybody here at the Bottom Line family, we want to thank Dan for allowing us to be a part of this interview. It truly was a blast. And this video may be a bit longer than the other videos, so we do apologize about that. But we promise you it is worth it. So hey, if you got nothing to do this Christmas, watch this interview. It is worth it. So again, thank you to Dan for allowing us to be a part of this. And thank you to Carlie for just taking some time out of your day to talk to us three geezers over here. But this was really, really a lot of fun. We are truly blessed to be a part of this. So with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the interview. Dan, it's a pleasure to not only just be on with you and Brian, but it's also a pleasure to be talking with probably one of the best YouTubers out there today in Carlie Shea. And I genuinely mean that, but we are doing wonderful and we appreciate you having all of us on. This is incredible. Thank you.
This is amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I want to echo what Jimmy said. Thank you guys so much. This really is an honor, Carlie, to finally meet you. And these guys are like brothers to me. So this really is incredible.
Oh, I'm truly honored. I think this is so much fun, and I've been looking very forward to this. This is gonna be a fun episode. I could just tell.
Oh, definitely. The chemistry behind the scenes. If you guys subscribe to the Patreon, you'll get to see all of it.
Oh wait, you've been filming all that?
Yeah, the whole time, bro.
Oh, yikes. You definitely gonna want to subscribe to the Patreon.
Brian, the important thing is every single detail they will see. So
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
I don't know about. Okay, well, you guys definitely want to join the Patreon then, because there's some good
That's the truth.
content.
All of the conversation I missed is also that you'll know more than I do about my own podcast. That's
Oh,
pretty
wow.
awesome.
That is
Yes.
cool.
It's true.
Totally. All right, guys. So besides the obvious how are you question, we have the most amazing thing. All three of you guys have talked to me individually on the podcast. I want to know from you guys, how has my evolution been as a podcaster?
Ooh.
ladies first, go ahead, Carlie.
Oh, you're putting me on the spot here. Okay. Well, first of all, the first time that we did an episode was like, I feel like we were pretty, not like strangers. Like I feel like we'd already kind of established a friendship, but to see your growth has been truly amazing and even inspiring for me. Like I love that you're consistent. You work your butt off. You have great people on the show. Obviously, you got Brian and Jimmy James over here. But I'm very proud of you, and I'm excited as your friend to see you grow. As somebody who's been in your spot in the past and like everyone starts from zero, and like to just see your growth, like I am rooting for you, and your hard work will pay off. You just have to keep going and do not give up. And also, you're a freaking great podcaster and interviewee. Like my parents watched the podcast and they were like, Dan's really good at that. And I was like, I know. So very proud of you, to say the least.
Woo! So many chills. Thank you so much for all those kind words. And this is not to hype me up at all. I just
No, we're gonna hype you up. It's time.
interested, yeah.
Brian, you're up.
No,
Let's go.
no,
Hype
all
it
right.
up.
All right, I'm ready.
No, Dan, this is your show. We're gonna hype you up all we want to.
That's right. That's right. And actually, I truly want to echo what Carlie said. Dan, seeing what you've done over the past couple of years. And then one thing that comes to mind that I always tell people about you is passion. Like
Yes.
you can see your passion come through, and it's infectious. And it's one of the reasons that I love watching your videos. And then, like I said, we become like brothers. And I appreciate all the help with me having to leave a YouTube channel and start my own. It was terrifying. And both Jimmy and Dan have been there for me, helping me out. And I can't say thank you enough.
Amazing.
Happy to help, man, anytime. And yes, we are brothers to the end.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I mean, for me personally, I definitely can echo the word passion when it comes to you, Dan. But something just, I know when you first had me on your show, there's something that you said to me personally that I just can't stop thinking about. And that's the fact that you looked up to me to start doing what you do. That means more to me than you can even imagine. The fact that, me, out of all people, just a 30-year-old man who sits in his room and just records videos for a living, you look up to me to start doing what you're doing now. It's just, I never thought I would hear that from somebody, but the fact that it came from you and to see your growth as not just a podcaster, an interviewee, but as a person, I'm just I'm really thankful that we have developed this friendship for the past, going on 4 years now, which is insane to think about. But no, it truly is an honor to be your friend, and it truly is an honor to be on your show again, and just to see your evolution as just a podcaster and a person. So I really can't thank you enough for everything that you have said to me and for allowing me to be on your show again.
Oh my God.
We're making her cry.
Well,
Well
said. No, it's the ring light. It just dries my eyes out.
It's the ring light.
Normal. It's just the ring light.
All right.
Oh, that was so wholesome. Oh my gosh.
It's funny. I think back, and Carlie, I don't know how the three of us all know each other. We all met in a First to 11 fan club.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's really how we all met.
I love that. I don't. What is this? A First to 11? What is this?
So, allow me, Brian. I got this. So, First to 11's a cover band. They've been famous for when did they start?
So familiar.
2016,
somewhere
I think
around
was.
there.
Yeah.
No. I'm sorry. No, 2009 they started.
Oh, true.
And
Yeah.
So they're famous for their covers, and they also have an original band called Concrete Castles. And the three of us, when we first met each other, it was in a group chat with 20 5,
people?
6 other people.
Oh yeah. Very few in the beginning.
Way off.
For the OGs.
Way off.
Like 200 people, and there's 6.
200 people.
Yeah, that'd be very easy to keep up with.
That'd be way too overwhelming. But yes, no, the three of us know each other because of that band and that group chat.
Wow.
All three of us have ties and connections to that band. The three of us still talk to them to this day. So that's how we became friends.
You know what?
That.
I'll do the big
Connected
reveal.
through music.
Yes,
They're
absolutely.
really good.
What do we got going on here? Ooh.
no.
Is Dan showing off again? What's going on here?
I
Dan's
thought
wrecking his place. I don't
You
know.
know, he's going crazy over there, just
Yeah.
tearing stuff off the walls. Like, oh my gosh.
He's like, Jimmy
thought I
took
had-
over. I'm out. I'm just tearing all this down.
I thought I had my signed First to 11 poster behind it, but I guess I put it somewhere else. Either
Ooh,
way.
Ah.
Fake fan.
Fake fan.
Ooh.
But yeah, First to 11 was
That's
our
so
way of
sweet.
finding each other, and our one of the super duper fans of them, and he's actually running a fan channel for them.
Wow.
Brought us all into one group chat so that we could all just discuss and share our mutual love for the band. And so Brian and Jimmy probably were the only two American dudes that I really wanted to talk to as often as possible. Besides,
Oh no!
That is
Wow.
a fact.
because
Wow.
everyone else was all over the world, so you never knew what was going on, and they were always talking about soccer, and I was like, I don't know anything about soccer.
You mean football?
I was just.
Oh
Yeah, we're like, that's not football.
I was
I'm
thinking
like,
the
it's
same
soccer.
thing.
It's soccer.
And what
I'm
was
American.
it? F1, NASCAR. They always talked about racing sports as
I
well.
don't know. I just
So-
kind of zoned out when they did that.
Yeah,
Hey.
Brian would tap out. He'd be like, "Oh, not my day."
Don't be dissing my NASCAR boys, okay? Odds you're hitting a soft spot here. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know what's that one dude that had the car? 24. What's his name?
Jeff Gordon.
There you go.
Yeah, tough going. Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah.
you knew it, Brian. You knew it.
I used to be a big NASCAR fan, so
My
okay,
family
okay.
is very close with all the NASCAR. My sister's fiance like supplies all the padding for the NASCAR vehicles.
Cool.
So last time I went to my first NASCAR race in February of last year and got to meet like all the drivers and be in the pit and meet like Danny Trejo and like because a bunch of celebrities go to NASCAR because they have nothing
Nice.
better to do with their time apparently, and I got to meet some of them, so it was really cool. That was fun. But
Wow, that's pretty sick.
yeah.
So now
I
we want
never-
to talk about Carlie. We've talked
No,
enough about the
dude,
three of
I
us.
never would know this stuff though. Like, this is where it's like I was so pinpoint with my questions on the first interview. And I was like, damn, I never got this cool, fun fact about NASCAR families. Like, it never
Yeah.
comes to mind.
My sister's getting married in May in Denny Hamlin's backyard.
What?
I think. Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, they're all tight. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to your sister, though. That's
Oh,
awesome.
thanks. I'll pass that on. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna have to vlog her wedding just for all of the people there. Be in the
Yes.
middle, just like
That
going
would be
down the
awesome.
aisle, like, "Hey guys, hold that. Who's that? Denny Hamlin." Like, it'd just be. She'd hate that.
That would be awesome.
All right. So, as Brian was saying, it is time to focus on Carlie, and the first
Cool.
one to get these amazing questions was chosen before this. Once again, you can see it all on Patreon. You guys got to go and check the link in the description below and subscribe to the Patreon. $1. That's all I ask.
It's $1.
That's it.
Okay,
$1.
listen, all you broke people. If y'all don't go subscribe to this Patreon for $1. What do you don't have any excuses. That's just
I was just
bonkers.
gonna say that. You people have no excuse. Go subscribe immediately.
4 quarters, just make it into digital currency, get Bitcoin or
Love
something,
that.
and then just send it my way once a month. That's all you gotta do. Or you can just leave after a month. But if you stay with me, every time you disagree with me, you'll be able to let me know through the chat on there. What? That's crazy.
Oh,
That's worth a buck.
I
mean, come
need
on.
It
to
is.
do that. I'm
Oh,
sure there's a lot of
boy.
people that want to disagree with me. That's a great idea. I'd be like, hey, if you want to start a fight with me, come join the Patreon.
Exactly.
Yes,
You gotta pay for
exactly.
it.
That is
Look at that.
perfect.
That's great.
perfect.
Shaniacs, go attack his Patreon and go
Oh,
blow it up.
goodness.
That's it. All right, Jimmy. All right. Ah, man, I'm
Jimmy
so
James.
Jimmy James, you have the floor, my friend.
Ooh.
This is
So, anybody who follows my channel personally knows I love origin stories. I can't help it. I have to know how people got started. So,
Ooh.
automatically, my first question to you, Carlie, is this. How did you, A, come up with the channel idea for Shea What Now? And B, what made you want to start a YouTube channel?
Okay, starting off the big question. Okay, well, growing up, I think I got my first camera at like 8 or 9. I don't know, one of the little like point and shoot cameras that like die after like 5 photos. Became obsessed with taking photos, joined yearbook in high school, just absolutely loved making content. Anytime a friend would come over, I'd be like, do you want to do a photo shoot with me? And they're like, okay. And so I'd make them like, we'd have a set and everything, and we'd do photo shoots, or we'd film a YouTube video, because like the OG YouTubers, like Jenna Marbles is one of my favorite YouTubers. But like being a YouTuber had become a thing, like a career when I was in junior high. So that like everybody wanted to be a YouTuber. That was like the coolest career you could ever do. So like growing up in junior high and high school, I would make like stupid little YouTube videos, like baking a rainbow cake and filming, like going on an adventure in my backyard, just like really stupid things. But I just loved making content and had so much fun with it. And then, you know, in high school, I was like, okay, like obviously that's never gonna happen. Like nobody is a YouTuber. Like it just doesn't happen. And I graduated high school, went into the workforce, like started building up my life and working, and just trying different jobs, trying to figure out what I wanted to do, all while doing photography still on the side. I'd always done like, you know, people's prom photos, and I think I started doing weddings in high school. Just absolutely loved it. Like had to have a camera in my hand at all times. I was the yearbook like senior editor and photographer, so I was always going to like sports events and just like always had a camera in my hand. And looking back now, like at all my pictures, it's just like it just makes so much sense leading up to where I am now. I'm like, oh, like I was always meant to go this way. So then in 2020, I was working as a waitress and had been for a few years. COVID hit. We all know how that went. Just a really fun time for everybody. The restaurant I was working at shut down, and I was living with a boyfriend at the time, and we both had like dreams of like being a YouTuber, but it just was never like something that was going to happen. Well, he had introduced me to reaction videos and we'd started watching No Life Shack. He's like the only reactor that I'd ever heard of. I was like, what the heck is a reaction video? I was like, that sounds so stupid. Like, why? And so he showed me No Life Shack. And I was like, okay, that guy's hilarious. Like he would do the metal reactions with his like fro and like, oh my gosh. I was like, this dude is so funny. So anyways, credit to my ex. He was like, you should try this. Like we were in COVID. We didn't have anything to do. And I had wanted to start a YouTube channel. So I was like, okay, why not? So started my channel in April of 2020. And it was like 2 months after everything had shut down. And within like the first month, I think I was monetized. I think 1,000 subscribers. Like it just blew up. And I was like, oh, wow. Like I did not expect, this was never the plan. I did not plan on being a YouTuber. It just right time, right place, a little bit of luck. And also it was convenient, honestly, that the entire world was stuck inside watching YouTube videos because for COVID was the best time for content creators. Like as much as it sucked in life, I don't think I would be a YouTuber right now if it hadn't been for COVID. At least I don't know. Eventually maybe I would have found my way to it, but it wouldn't have looked like this. So in a way, I'm very grateful for that happening. But so within like the first month or so, I was getting monetized. Channel had broke 1,000 subscribers and hit all the requirements to start paying me. And I was like, okay, like this is a thing. Like I'm gonna keep it going. Why not? I don't have anything else to do. And then it just kept growing and growing. And I was like, okay, this is a thing. Like I can do this, and I really love it, and people seem to like it, and I'm just gonna keep doing it. And that's pretty much what I've kept doing to this day. It's been it'll be 4 years in April, and I've been doing YouTube full time for 2 years. 2 years, I think. So I worked once things reopened, I worked at the restaurant full time, and then was also growing the channel full time, which was so hard. Like I wanted to quit so many times, especially with copyright claims were like my biggest issue, which I'm sure many of like you guys all know about. But yeah, so it was very, very difficult. I wanted to quit many times. I was like, this is stupid. Like, I'm not getting paid for all this hard work. I'm working another job at the same time. And luckily, I did not quit. And I waited until it got to a point where I could financially support myself with just YouTube. And I have been ever since. So praise God for that.
That's awesome. Now, how did you come up with the name Shea What Now? How did that come about?
So I was a senior in high school, and they offered us senior shirts. And on the back, you could write your last name or a nickname or a phrase or anything you wanted. And I was standing in my parents' room, and I was like, oh, I want to come up with something better. Like I don't want to just put my last name. Like that's so basic. I want something better. And so I have to give credit to my stepdad. He is very punny. He's got dad jokes, and he goes, I know. How about Shea What Now? Like, say what now? And I was like, I like it. So had never even thought of naming a YouTube channel. Like the channel was not even a thought in my head. And I put Shea What Now on the back of my senior shirt. And yeah, so that's how Shea What Now became the name of the channel.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
All credit to my stepdad, Greg. He's gonna be like, yes. You're welcome, Greg.
Nice.
As long as he doesn't have a patent on that.
Yeah.
Be like, all of the money now goes to Greg.
Don't give him ideas.
Wow.
We're gonna
That's
cut
where we're
this
going
part
there.
out. Yeah, Dan, thanks a lot. Now
That's a
I
big
gotta
time
go.
exclusive right there.
Now I need to go copyright this.
Unbelievable.
No, I always thought it was because like you love The Office and stuff like that, but you also said Carlie Shea was one of the biggest names from our childhood with iCarly, as we all know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So I gotta explain something crazy with that. So growing up, there's the show iCarly. Okay. This show was created long after I was born. I think it was like 8 or 9 when it came out. The girl's name is Carlie Shea. My name is also Carlie Shea. The girl has basically a YouTube, like in their universe, it's a YouTube channel. She has a web show. Okay. There's kind of some similarities here. Okay.
You see the connection here?
And it gets weirder. So they just came out with a new season where they're all adults now, same cast and everything.
Yep.
And her brother buys the smoothie shop next door in the store or in the show. And you know what he names it? He names it Shea What?
Yo, wait a second. I had no clue. What?
Isn't that something? I'm like, okay, it's getting a little freaky now. Like somebody knows my life and is writing into the show iCarly. So it's a little crazy.
Have you met anyone named Freddie? Just checking.
I know Freddie. I don't think so. People used to ask me that. They're like, "Do you have a best friend named Sam?" And I'm like,
there you go.
That would be a little weird. I think I've been avoiding anyone named Sam or Freddie. I'm like, nope, get out of here. You're gone. No. But yeah, I posted a video, a TikTok explaining all the similarities, and it blew up. It had like over 100,000 views on TikTok of people being like, oh my gosh. And it happened to somebody else. There was a show growing up called Wizards of Waverly Place, and the lead girl's name is Alex Russo. This girl in real life is named Alex Russo, and in the show and in her life, her parents own a sub shop and sell sandwiches, and like it's just wild. And she's even older than me, so like it's just somebody out here is copying lifestyles, and I don't like it.
These are the things I would never know. This is it, guys. I did not watch the new what is it, iCarly reboot. Yeah. Because it's on what, Paramount Plus or something like that. It's like,
I think Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus, yeah.
But it's so crazy because she now went from like a teenager and preteen into now adulthood as a YouTuber, and I'm watching it and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I understand some of the things that she's going through. Like I experienced that too, and I'm like, oh, this is weird. Like wow. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody's out here copying me and I don't like it.
Now, Carlie, one of the things that I wanted to ask you, recently you did a video where you're talking about you were kind of stepping away from doing a lot of the reactions and getting back to some of the things that you wanted to do for a long time. So was that something that's kind of been on your heart for a while, or did it just kind of come up? Or
oh my gosh, that's been on my heart since like 2020. So like I explained, like I didn't plan on having a reaction channel. It just kind of happened, and I just fell into it. And don't get me wrong, I will always be very grateful for reaction videos. Like they're what started my channel. They're what brought me my community. Like I would not have Shea What Now without reaction videos, point blank. But I'm a very creative person. I have a very creative artsy mind, and there's only so much creativity when it comes to reaction videos. Like I'm only able to say so much, and really there's only so many things you can say when reacting to music videos every day of your life. Like there's only so much diversity, and like you don't have to have a lot of brain power necessarily when you've been doing it for so long. Like I just go on autopilot. I don't get to be creative with it. So like growing up, I always wanted to make like goofy videos with my dogs and vlogs and travel videos and like just very creative type videos. Like I don't know if you guys know Casey Neistat. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. He basically created vlogs, and the shots that this guy gets is just unimaginable. I'm like, how did he do that? So I really love creative videos like that. And just videos where I get to be more myself, and I don't feel like I get to do that with reaction videos. They're very like kind of basic, I feel like. So it's just not the content that I had always dreamed of or pictured myself doing. So along with copyright claims, like you guys know all about copyright claims, and with reaction videos, like your channel is going to get screwed if you're doing copyrighted content. Even if it gets like once it gets claimed, YouTube is paying for it, and they are like doxing your channel. Like, they are not the right word, but they're basically like shadow banning you. So I had to get rid of hundreds of videos that were copyright claimed, videos with over like hundreds of thousands of views, just delete, just to give my channel a fair chance to grow, because YouTube was like, we hate you.
Yeah. That is the unfortunate truth of anyone that is reacting or using music content for their channel. It is a very challenging thing to go around. As I told you in my first interview with you, that my old way of doing it was an absolute nightmare, but it worked, because I would always know, oh, this one's getting blocked for this and this one's getting blocked for that, so I just won't have those things there. But you know, not everyone's a madman, so
just you. Just no.
Just me.
All YouTubers go a little crazy. Like, YouTube drives us a little nuts. But yeah, for anybody who is doing reaction videos, like we really are not legally allowed to be showing the videos. And what's hard is like the fans don't understand. Like, you know, my super consistent ones understand because I've explained it before, but for people who are like, I don't understand why you put a cover over the video for this one. I watched like 10 people that didn't, and they were just fine. And I'm like, honey, they're not fine. Like, they're getting copyright claimed. They're not getting paid for that video. And they're also hurting their channel greatly. With every single copyright claim you have, you are charging YouTube money, and they do not like to be charged money. So they are not going to help your channel. So I try to explain that to people as much as I can, just being like, I had a lot of really, really crazy Elvis fans, and the Elvis reactions that I'd been doing were like blowing up. People loved them, wanted more, and I had to get rid of all of them because they were hurting my channel so bad. And people were like, why don't you do Elvis anymore? Like, I thought you loved him. Like, you were just using him. And I'm just like, y'all, I literally, like, I wear an Elvis. This is a replica of his Cadillac key. Like, trust me, I love Elvis. And it applied to other artists too. People were getting hurt by me. They were like, I don't understand why you don't react to this artist anymore. I love them. And I'm like, it's nothing personal. I love y'all so much. I physically can't. It's hurting my channel. It's hurting me. I'm not gonna be able to pay my bills if I keep reacting to Elvis. So I try to explain, and people usually understand, but you can only tell people so many times. So
yeah, the thing is like you were saying, that the fans, they don't understand where you're coming from as a creator. But I was just talking to Jimmy and Brian the other day. I sent them a link to this video that was literally an upload of a music video that both Jimmy and I got blocked for using. And it's still public. But we got blocked for showing it on the day or two it came out. I was like, how is this allowed? But our video where we're talking over it and putting text over it and pausing it, that's where it becomes
makes sense.
Yeah.
Now that's a very special video, though.
Yes.
It is a very special video, and Brian can tell you.
Brian knows what we're talking about.
Yes.
So are you guys disputing your copyright claims?
I have never disputed anything, as far as I know. I probably clicked it one time.
I'm putting them on time, but it's the kind that's like, oh, it doesn't affect your channel. I didn't realize what you just said. Yeah. And so I was kind of like, well, I don't care. I'm not going to, but I didn't know that would hurt my channel from being seen by people. So now I'm curious, like, how do I get around it? Because, I mean, my whole channel is music.
Yeah, same. My whole channel is pretty much music, aside from like vlogs, and like that's why I'm trying to break away too. Obviously love music, so I get you there. You're like, how do I avoid this? So like if you go to any music video, it'll show you down below. If you click the description, you're going to see like licenses. If it says that, then it is going to get copyright claimed, point blank. If it doesn't show that, chances are you're going to be fine. But the hard part is that if you want to do music that's going to get copyright claimed, like, it is going to hurt your channel. And also YouTube has been cracking down on reactors and reaction channels, because it's costing them money. Like, People thought for a while, like with the Oliver Anthony thing, more people signed on for Oliver Anthony reactions, like accounts that had been in like hibernation for years. People signed on just to watch Oliver Anthony reactions. So there was like speculation that YouTube was going to like start helping reactors because we bring in a lot of audience, and we bring in a lot of money for YouTube. But then over time, like that went away, and YouTube has started to be like, okay, we're gonna start deleting channels who are showing all these videos and this and that. So you have to be very, very careful. Like I'm warning people big time, because I mean, I've seen other YouTubers, their channels have been deleted for having too many copyright claimed videos. So I literally had to delete all my copyrighted videos. It hurt. Trust me, it hurt. Like millions of views deleted.
I mean, me personally, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Brian. I apologize there, but no, I've had my fair share of disputes before with YouTube, and it's not pleasant. I'll admit it. One time I didn't even bother to hear back from them. The other time I lost. So it's not fun when you have to dispute a copyright claim, but you know what they say nowadays? It's all about the moolah, and you apparently doesn't like it when you take their money. So
no, it's crazy. I had no idea.
It's like we are literally now in. It's all a trap. Like we feel like we literally can't do anything. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's lots of
fighting
red
a
tape.
strike right now.
Ooh.
Yeah. Having an opinion is wrong. Don't do it. Don't have an opinion. Follow the narrative.
Don't have an opinion. What the heck's wrong with you? It's 2023.
Individualism? Who needs it? We all need to be the exact same.
Let's all conform, and then we'll make money.
Oh God, it hurts to hear it. Even though it's sarcasm, it hurts to hear it.
I know.
I'm so nonconformist. Yeah.
No, I get it. Imagine like I was just talking about this with somebody else the other night, but being a female content creator, I went on a small rant, but like there are other female content creators that like do it the wrong way. Like they use their body for views and this and that, and they're making bank. Like they're just doing fantastic. And it's so frustrating because like obviously you guys know me, I'm not gonna do anything like that. Like I have, you know, I'm trying to glorify the like God with my channel and such, and that's just not who I am. But it's so frustrating because it sets up expectations of viewers to now come to me and expect that from me. And I hope, I wish you guys could see me sometimes when somebody like disrespects me like that. I would just shut it down real quick. But it's very frustrating because it's like they just take these shortcuts and it seems like they're succeeding and, you know, making all this money and this and that. And it's very frustrating because I'm doing it the honorable way and it's taking way longer. I don't make as much money and this and that. But like, that's a fair trade-off. I'm okay with that. But it is frustrating. It's just like, wow, like it's so easy for other female content creators to just do this and make tons of money and like get millions of views and millions of subscribers. And it's like, can't do that. So
yeah. Well, I could say this, the way that algorithms are set, the way that we basically set up social media after MySpace, because Facebook was like the big thing at that time, I could say like the way they had it was hot or not. That's how they started Facebook. And we know that because of the movie The Social Network, we get to see that firsthand. It's become a system of whoever's the most attractive is going to get the most views or the most comments or most everything. They're going to get the most exposure. And obviously we all know that the female race is beautiful, and we all know that men can be handsome as well. However, if you actually don't bring anything with that incredible beauty or handsomeness, I find it useless to watch. And no matter what, the algorithm pushes it in my face. And it's very annoying and irritating. And like you said, it's a stereotype that everyone's going to go for all of their favorite creators because they're like, oh, this person was in a bikini. Why aren't you in a bikini? Yeah. Oh, this person's showing their muscles. Why aren't you showing your muscles? Like all of that.
When's the OnlyFans? I swear, if I hear that one more time in my life, I just They're like,
Literally, I know. My co-host and I have made that joke in the past before about us starting an OnlyFans. That will never happen, by the way. But
oh
if
man,
I ever hear somebody suggest that to me again, I will literally throw down with them in the comment section because seriously, no jokes. That is something that I do not stand for. It's disrespectful, and quite frankly, I don't like the fact that these people are saying, "Hey, what we're doing is not okay, but what they're doing is okay." Like, really, what are we doing here? Like, come on, people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Personality and talent useless. Attractiveness, 100% importance.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's called a pretty privilege.
Yep.
Absolutely.
But yeah, and when I say like, you know, for any other female content creators watching, when I say like, oh, you know, all these girls that are doing it the wrong way, like, yeah, they're making money and they're getting the views and such, but I can guarantee you they are not happy. I can guarantee you the type of followers that they're getting, they're just leading themselves to be unsatisfied and unfulfilled and purposeless until they change their ways. Like, if that's the type of followers you want that literally don't like care about you or your personality or literally anything about you, they just want to see you, go for it. But as far as for like me, I have probably I have to brag. I have to say I have the greatest community ever of people who are going to support me no matter what, and are very respectful for me and to me. And like, just for any female content creators out there who are in my position, keeping honorable, do it the right way. It's going to take a little bit longer, but I have healthy, organic followers rather than a quick follower.
Yeah,
absolutely. Amen to that. I actually want to build off of something that Brian said earlier about just being yourself on YouTube. And I know we talked a little bit about this off the air. You definitely are not shy about sharing your faith on your channel, which by definition is being yourself. And I 1000% applaud you for that, as do Brian and Dan as well. I just want to know one thing. How does faith play a role in your YouTube channel? How did it first start playing a role in your YouTube channel?
Yeah. So when I first started my YouTube channel, I used to cuss. Like, I was just a little potty mouth. I was not. I know.
Shame on you.
Holy water.
Please do it. Send me it. Hey, he who cast the first stone over there, y'all be cool. Hey, watch it. But so when I first started my channel, I was not like close with the Lord. I couldn't even consider myself a Christian. Like, I believed in the Lord. I would maybe pray every once in a while. Like, I knew of God, but I didn't know God. I knew of him. And I had decided even before growing my faith that I was like, okay, wait, I'm cussing in my YouTube videos. I love kids. Like, I just adore them. They bring me so much joy. I don't want any kids watching my videos and their parents walking in and be like, who is this chick cussing up a storm? You cannot watch Carlie Shea. That would break my heart.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not going to limit myself with any audiences. Like, my channel is completely PG or even G rated, I would say, aside from like maybe some music videos. But like, as for me and my content, we're G rated, always will be. And some people are like, oh, but like, you know, that's not very like authentic. If you want to cuss, like, you should cuss. And it's like, I think you can totally be authentic without cussing. Like, I don't cuss in any of my videos. And, so anyways, that's just a hot take for me. But
I thought that's a hot take. That's a fact.
Jimmy,
there we go.
Cusses. Brian doesn't cuss at all.
Go Brian.
I'm
Jimmy
the
James,
only bad
we're gonna
guy.
be talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sending you some soap. We're gonna wash them out. That'd be so funny. I'll send you soap for Christmas.
Jimmy and I pray for Dan every day because it's
You're gonna be praying you get convicted. No more cussing, Dan.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sending you soap.
As a absolutist, I say that I have the right to
just do a live stream of me putting soap in my mouth. Is that where we're going?
Oh my gosh, I love it. I really am gonna send you soap. That's gonna be so funny. We're like, it's gonna be like Shea what now soap. New line
Oh my goodness.
for the oh my gosh, for the cusser in your live.
Can we actually make that a thing?
I'm gonna make some soap and it'll be like for the cusser in your life. There you go. I love that. For the
You
sailor.
just need like that old grandma lady in a commercial just rinsing the kids' mouth. Like,
Yes.
say what now? Say what?
Say what now? What did you just say?
That would be awesome.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, this just became a great marketing. Let's
Wow.
keep going here, guys.
Just
Thanks for joining
brainstorming
me.
people, right?
Wow, that's hilarious. Okay, I'm gonna-
Brian, I just gained the highest amount of respect for you after that.
Brian's using that master's bachelor's in marketing to his advantage here.
Oh wow, I can see it
I knew
now.
one day it was going to work. Hey.
Wow. Okay, well, I'll have to send you some residuals there because that's just genius. I'll send you a percentage of the Shea.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Anyways.
Anyway,
Literally spends like half an hour talking about soap. I love that. We could.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Meanwhile,
Yep.
back on the
Okay.
ranch. How do I was like, what's the question again? Soap. How do I glorify the Lord, or what does my faith look like to the channel? So anyways, yeah, stopped cussing. Still didn't really know God very much, but I knew I wanted to glorify him with this channel. I knew he gave it to me for a purpose, and I would ask him all the time, and I still do. I'm like, Lord, why are you giving me this channel? What do I do with this? What do you want from this? Like, how do I glorify you with this? I don't know. I do not know how to glorify the Lord with a YouTube channel or an Instagram or a TikTok. I don't know. But I'm very happy and proud to say that like my faith this past year has grown so much. Like I am not a lukewarm Christian anymore. Like God is my first priority. I think people can tell. My friends have told me like, you know, when we see you, we see Jesus. And I'm just like, that's the greatest compliment in my entire life.
Yeah.
And that's just all glory to God there. Like he has transformed me in my life and made it into such a beautiful thing. And I would not have the channel without him. I wouldn't have any of the amazing blessings in my life without the Lord and knowing him. So I wanted to try to figure out a way to glorify him in every single video. And in church, my church back home in Bakersfield, California, they would always say, has anyone told you they love you today? And we'd all be like, no. And he'd be like, well, in case no one's told you today, I love you and God loves you. And that just always stuck with me. I was like, wow, that's such an easy phrase to tell somebody like, hey, in case someone's told you today, I love you and God loves you. And some people don't get told that they love them or that they're loved. And that just breaks my heart. So at the end of every video, I say, hey, in case nobody's told you today, I love you, God loves you, and peace. And the comments that I've gotten just from saying that sentence have just like, oh my gosh, they're just magic. Like some people will be like, wow, I haven't been told that I'm loved in a couple years. Like, thank you for saying that. Or, wow, I really needed to be reminded that God loves me. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like my heart, rip my heart out. Why don't you? So I feel truly honored that he can use me. And that's just proof like God takes ordinary people and uses them in extraordinary ways. And this is a pure example of that. Like, the fact that he can even use me to say one sentence at the end of my videos in every single video to let somebody know that he loves them. And I just think that's pretty freaking cool. But my faith has grown so much. I just moved to Nashville and I visited for the first time last month, got to meet an amazing pastor and all of the lead pastors of Every Nation Ministries. And I met with them last week and, you know, I told them what I do and they were like, we really need somebody like you to lead our content and be our head of social media. So I just got hired to be the head of social media. Thank you for a church. And right when I got hired, I was like, oh, like this is why you did all this. Like I'm so well equipped to do this job now, to be the head of social media for this church that we're planting here in Midtown. And they were just listing off, they were like, we need somebody to be the editor of our newsletters and to write the newsletters. And I was like, I took yearbook for 3 years. I had to write articles. I had to write captions. I had to be the photographer. And they're like, we need somebody who can just make content out of thin air, out of nothing. And I was like, I literally see in content, like my whole life is content. And they were like, wow, the fact that you just said that you see in content, like that's what we need. And it was just like, oh my gosh, it was so cool to see God working full circle, that like each step of my life has been building up to being able to be equipped enough to run a church social media and like director of content. And they were like, eventually, like once you feel comfortable with this, like we're going to want to use you for the other 4 churches, like the social media of the other ones. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I've only been here a week and I already got offered a paid position at a church. And like, that just, wow.
Will they sponsor you?
Like, what do you mean?
Will you get to have
Video
the
is
church
brought to you
name
by church.
on like the bottom
Start,
of
like
your
right
screen?
down here.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk about the pastor with that one.
Yeah. I mean, they're giving you a
Jesus.
lot. I mean, you're giving back to them. I mean, you have a lot of subscribers. That's going to bring a lot of people to the interest of this church.
I really hope so. No, like I didn't even I was gonna. Oh, I shouldn't say this, but I was gonna do it for free. I didn't expect.
For free?
You did already accept the
What
position,
anti-capitalism is this?
I know. People just working for Jesus. That's just crazy.
What?
Yeah, no, I didn't know if it was a paid position or not. And they were like, yeah, like we're gonna compensate for you as time goes on and you get more responsibilities. Like we're gonna be able to bless you even more. And like that's just freaking amazing, because like moving is expensive, starting a new life is expensive. And anytime I get financially stressed, I'm like, all right, Lord, I know you got me. I've never been homeless, praise the Lord. I've never been starving. I've never been, I've never not had clothes. Like he has always provided for me. So I've gotten to a point now where I just have like no doubt that anytime I'm stressed with financials, he literally just like drops a wad of cash in my lap. And in this way, he's like, I've got you. Like I just got you a job working, doing what you love and what you're well equipped to do. I've equipped you for this, to lead the social media of a church for me. And so he's just always provided for me, and he's continuing to do so. And but yeah, so I was interested in serving anyways in that way. And then when they were like, yeah, like we'd like to, hire you for this position, I'm like, wow, like, okay, great. It's a bonus. So I feel really blessed by it. And I keep joking that like God literally made a church for me when I moved to Nashville. So
Amen to all of that. That's really outstanding. Congratulations to you. That's amazing.
It's
Thank
so
you.
wonderful to hear that, though. Like, you'll always hear the people that are struggling to find like their reason to like live, their purpose and everything. And they always say that they have like a really good true faith in God and that they just don't see the signs. And I'm like, open your eyes. Every single step of your life, no matter what you think is going in the direction, mostly if you're not sinning like me, I'm a bad boy. But
we're all.
Well, look, that makes me think of something, and I think all 4 of us are similar in that, when we look at what we do with YouTube. I mean, obviously, Carlie, you're well beyond where we are, and I'm way at the restarting at the end. I got like 500 subscribers, but
it doesn't matter, Brian.
And that's the thing. It's like, when it comes to, obviously, we'd all like to get paid, but that's not even anywhere near the top goal. Like we all have a passion for what we do, and we love being and meeting people. And that's something I wanted to ask you, because we've all shared experiences of, hey, I made friends with this artist and it's amazing. And I know you've had that. Like I think of, Tom and Nova. And it's we talk about blessings, and it's like I think about that, those relationships and the people that we've met through this. That's really incredible.
Oh, it's like, it's amazing to say the least. Like I never expected that having a channel would lead me to friendships and getting to meet people that would be like some of my biggest inspirations in life. Like Tom McDonald taught me how to speak without fear. And like I was terrified of PC culture when I was like the first year or so of my channel, or first 6 months at least, until I found Tom McDonald. I was terrified to say the wrong thing. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't want to get canceled. I didn't want to get hated and attacked. And like, it was just very scary time for PC culture. And then once I reacted to Tom McDonald, people so stupid, I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's out here calling people stupid and stuff. Like if he's getting millions of views, like if he can do that, like I can say what not that I'm out here.
Here's the real question. I don't mean to cut you off, Carlie. I apologize, but
you're good.
Is Tom McDonald wrong though? Let's be real.
No.
He is not incorrect.
No.
What he's saying at all.
Oh gosh, that just remember. I'm stupid too sometimes, honestly. Like, I kid you not.
We all are. It's okay. We all are. Don't even worry about it.
No, yesterday I was at lunch with some new friends, and there was this friend sitting next to me, and he's like, I don't know, probably not even 30, and he's talking about this time he was in Vietnam, and I look at him and I go, oh, did you serve? I literally asked this like 20-something-year-old man if he served in the Vietnam War.
Maybe he came with a DeLorean. You don't know.
Maybe he's just got like really good skin routine and he looks amazing.
He would look amazing if he did. Oh my gosh. And he looks at me and he goes, did you just ask if I served in the Vietnam War? And I was like, no, that's not what I meant. And he goes, I'm not that old. And oh my gosh,
he must use a lot of Olay body lotion, if that's the case.
Maybe it's Maybelline, I don't know, but oh my gosh, I was like, wow, that is probably the stupidest thing I think I've ever said in my life. But like, if somebody says they went to Vietnam, you don't tell me you don't instantly think of the military. Like,
no, of course.
Who went there for vacation? Who goes to Vietnam for vacation?
Exactly.
So, anyways, it's just a stupid side tangent, but I laugh so hard every time I think of that. I was like, I asked a 30 or 20-something-year-old if he served in the Vietnam War.
But Carlie,
oh my gosh,
is he from British?
He is not from British. He's from American.
So
he's from American.
When she was in a stream one time, she literally asked this question to one of her fans. She said, "Are you from British?" And it became an instant meme.
It just, oh my gosh, people took it and freaking ran with it. They were like, "That's the funniest thing I've ever heard." So it became a merch line. Now I have like, "Are you from Australian? Are you from British?" Like, I'm gonna make it for all the countries.
Nice.
No, I love that.
Branding opportunities always there. But honestly, I like what you were saying about Tom McDonald as well. In 2020, the PC culture, the constant censorship, and the forceful, authoritative way that the internet would like censor everybody. It was so nice to have a refreshing take on things, and he was so brutally honest about things, and I loved that.
Yeah, I could not believe it. I was just like, oh my gosh, this dude is out here saying what we're all thinking.
Yeah,
and it was just so refreshing. So he
And
taught me not to be a sheep.
Yeah, and I tell you that those videos and those songs really got me listening to them. But what really hit me was Church. I heard that, and I was just like,
yes,
wow,
that's such a good song.
Wow, that just hit me right to the core.
Yeah.
I wonder why I used that for the story on Instagram. Wonder what that could have been. What was it? Oh yeah, because Brian loves that song.
Aw, he was thinking about you.
Appreciate it.
That's awesome. Yeah, my personal favorites from Tom are "People So Stupid" because that's the first song I heard by him.
Same.
Sheeple is up there.
Oh, Sheeple, that was a fun video.
Yeah, that was a fun one to watch.
Yeah.
What was the
Heart Emoji is a great video and song.
Oh, Heart Emojis is I could name every one of them.
Which one,
Brian? Heart Emoji? It's like a pop punk song. It's awesome.
With Nova.
You gotta hear Heart Emoji.
Okay.
It's so good.
It's like when you hear a breakup song, take the opposite route of what most songs are.
Exactly.
So good.
But what was the one that I just did a reaction video to? Fighter was another one.
Man, he's just been coming out with some freaking heart-wrenching songs like Fighter,
Stronger
Version.
That one.
Oh my gosh. He just came out. Oh my God. Superman. We could just go on and on. He is just coming out with these. I'm like, oh my gosh. Each one, I don't know how he does it, but like every time he comes out with a new song, I'm just like, this is my favorite song. And then he does it again. I'm like, this is my favorite song. Like, oh, Stronger Version. He just came out with a challenge for that I want to try to do. I've been trying to do his challenges. I did Superman where I like sang along or sang a part with him. And I'm going to try to do the Stronger Version challenge. I don't know, but you guys should check that out too. It's really cool.
Okay.
Nice.
I still have to check out the reaction.
I just started out like less than a month ago with my new channel, and I got a little over 500 subscribers, and it's all due to Tom McDonald, The Warning, and Dan Bask.
Wow, good. Congratulations.
Top 3, man.
Seriously. It's
Those are the
hard
winners.
to get. I'm telling you, the first 1,000 subscribers is way harder than the first 100,000.
Absolutely, yes.
And
But
it's
hey,
way more exciting.
It's worth it in the end, though.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You see like one person subscribed, you're like, I love you. Thank you.
Yes. I'm like, another one. You help me. No, I guarantee you, I was way more excited to get to 1,000 subscribers than I was to 100,000 subscribers. Not that I wasn't excited about 100,000, but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
just was so fresh and new and exciting, and it was just like that was the first big milestone that you hit, and there's just nothing like it. It's so
Absolutely.
exciting.
Yeah, and fun fact, at the time this interview was being aired, I am currently 300 away from 10,000. So,
Woohoo! Yeah, let's
Yeah.
get there.
Gosh, that's
Dude,
Let's
this
fucking
should
go
bring you
amazing.
to the top, bro.
absolutely,
Get 'em, man.
absolutely insane to think about.
Shaniacs. We got this. Shaniacs, go flood his channel. 300. Dude, you're so close.
Channel's popping up right now for the edits, Dan. Make sure that you put it up there. I tell myself a lot of things during interviews.
Love that.
Goodness gracious, Dan.
That's
Either it's in
smart.
my head or it's out loud. I have to give myself reminders.
I love that. That's amazing. Congratulations. That's
Thank you.
a
Thank you.
big
Yeah, brother.
milestone. If
Thank
you, I try to think of it as like when people tell me like, oh, I don't have that many subscribers. I have 30 subscribers. And I'm like, okay, imagine you're sitting in a room and there's 30 chairs and the 30 people sitting in those chairs, sitting and watching what you're doing. Does that feel like a lot of people? And they're like, oh my gosh, like,
Yes.
oof, yeah, that's like, if 30 people were sitting watching me, I'd be a little nervous. I'm like, you literally have 30 people watching you. And just each time you get a new person, like that's another person in that room. And then the room has to get bigger and it just keeps going. So like, Brian, imagine 500 people sitting in a room wanting to see
Yep.
everything you do. That's
I'm just
freaking
honored more
cool.
people than like my parents actually want to see my videos.
Same. I feel like most of my views are from my parents.
Friends, family, that's usually the ones that support you the most, and loved ones, of
Same
course.
with my family, 100%.
Yeah.
And the Warning Army. You just put the warning in a video and all
Yes.
of a sudden they just come.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Are awesome.
Yeah, for me, it's my family, the Maniacs who support Bandmade, Love Bites.
Oh,
it's a
love
bunch of
them.
different people.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're both
his
so good.
channel is the greatest reaction channel for Bandmade reactions.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna say this.
Oh.
It's facts.
Stop
Love
it.
You
Bandmade.
can come to mind for Love Bites. He gets Bandmade every time.
Okay, I'll have
Yep.
to check those out because Bandmade and
Right.
Love Bites are just phenomenal bands.
Oh,
And then-
they're fantastic.
Brian's gonna take another one. I'm gonna figure out which one he's gonna get. But
Brian,
right
you
now,
get a
I'm-
designated one.
I
I'm
got the
getting ready
warning.
to-
I was
Yeah,
actually
you
getting
have the
warning.
Oh,
warning.
good
It's
one.
got the warning.
Wait, so what do I have? You guys all have your what's mine?
You have Tom. You have
Yeah,
Tom.
I
no,
got
no,
Tom
no,
and
no.
Nova. I got Tom and Nova.
Putriariani.
Miss 200,000 subscribers. Who do I have?
Who do I have? I want somebody. I don't want Tom. He's a dork. Give me someone else. I'll go with
You got Nova.
She's a dork too. They're both.
Oh.
I love them to
Oh, wait,
pieces,
who-
but like they're such dorks.
Who's the blind girl? I forget her name.
Putri Ariani.
Yeah, she is amazing.
Oh my
His
gosh.
reaction's
The
coming
fact
out
that
very
she
soon.
lost to a dog on America's Got Talent makes me want to flip a table.
What?
Wait. She lost to a dog?
She lost to a dog.
Oh
The
my
dog won America's Got Talent.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I know. I was like, so get this. So in Indonesia, they can't watch America's Got Talent. They just don't get that channel. So what I did is I went live and I live streamed the finale
Bringing
with
it to
all
the
of my
people.
friends in
Nice.
Indonesia. So we got to
Nice.
watch the live finale together and we were just so freaking hyped. I had over 14,000 people in my live stream we were watching.
Wow.
And the president of Indonesia was in there too. He was dropping
What?
donos.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, they were like,
Dang.
That
they
is
were like,
awesome.
President Joko, what's up? And he was
Wow.
dropping donos, and they were like, oh my gosh, you're gonna go broke, like you gotta stop. And But anyway, so we were watching her live with like, I felt like I was watching it with all of Indonesia because they only have a population of like 200,000 people.
Yeah.
And so we were watching it and it just was blowing up and I thought she was going to win. Like we were so like excited and the anticipation, and then they literally kicked her out. She was in the top 3 and she lost, and it came down to a magician, and which the magician was good. She was good. She wasn't Putri Ariani. Putri Ariani is just on a different level when it comes to talent. This girl, oh my gosh. Yeah. And then it came down to a dog act, and the dog act won. Wow. And we were literally like, I sat there just in total shock and just speechless. Like I could not believe that we just watched her lose to a dog.
I feel like I'm rewatching it right now.
I'm glad you should have been there.
Her voice is just incredible. I mean, she does that Lady Gaga song, and at the end, you could see a tear come. And I'm just like,
she literally had a. Oh my gosh!
Listen,
heard her.
I love dogs more than humans sometimes. That's just a fact.
Not Putri though.
I mean, there's a limit.
That's insanity.
Yeah, no, I can't tell you how pissed off I'd be if I go on a talent show and I lose to a dog. The fact that you think a dog is more talented than me.
Like you're adorable, but I lost to you? Come on.
An animal.
What did they win?
I think you win like $1 million, and then you also win a show in Vegas. So I mean that dog is set for life. That dog's gonna have treats forever for the next however many years it has, and
they're just literally doing what they did to cats in Egypt with dogs. They're just gonna give them all the fame and fortune, and they're gonna forget about the human race. They're gonna be our kings and queens moving forward. Yeah, we're gonna have to bow to the dog.
Goes to Vegas to see a dog.
I'm like, do you imagine be like, yeah, man, we're gonna go see the dog show tonight.
And what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Woof, woof. Like,
do they give Scooby snacks out at the show? That's a good question.
Gross. I cannot believe that. I'm getting all hyped up again. I'm getting angry.
Yeah, no, it's not fair. It isn't fair, and you're correct. And let's just I don't even know. We can be all about Putri, but we just got to talk about how incredible the fact that like everyone on your channel, like you said, you had thousands of people watching. How many people would always come back for just those reactions, or any time that you brought her up, or they would bring her up in your comment section at all moments? I was like, wow, who the heck is this? I watched one song and I was like, I get it. This is the next like Whitney Houston level of.
She is absolutely on her way to being that. She really is. But know what I found out is like a lot of foreign countries love being fans, and which I need to preface by saying I didn't choose the word fans. I've been told that by my fans that they prefer to be called fans. They are like, we're not. Just subscribers feel so like distant and just very robotic. Like you subscribe to like a magazine, but like, and I always call them subscribers too. I'm like, oh, my subbies and stuff like that, or Shaniacs, which is better. But they're like, no, like we're a fan of what you do. Like we're your fans. So I have to preface by saying that I'm not over here like my fans. Like I don't feel like that. They prefer it. Let's just get that out of the way. But a lot of foreigners love to be fans. Like when they find something that they just love, like they are so loyal. And when I started reacting to Putri Ariani, I quickly understood like how much they love to be fans of something. So I was able to grow an audience in Indonesia, and like right now my demographics for my audience views percentage wise 71% is Indonesia.
Wow.
And 7.4% is United States.
Come on, America. Let's get it together. Come on.
What the heck? Come on, America. What the heck?
That's the algorithm right there. That's tells you that America is the problem.
It probably is.
Straight up honesty, I can relate. When I first started reacting to what's his name? Alip Ba Ta, the guitar player.
Love Alip Ba Ta. Oh
I
my
love that man. I haven't reacted. I gotta get back to reacting. I haven't done that in a while.
Oh yeah.
But they literally but they literally helped me within 1 year of starting my channel. I started my channel in June of 2020. In 1 year, That community helped me get to 1,000 subscribers, and they have stuck by me
Wow.
ever since.
I'm telling
And
you, they're the
I forget
greatest.
I forget what the exact percentage of it now is, but a majority of my audience is Indonesian like yours, so I can
Yeah.
definitely relate to you.
So I can tell them selamat datang teman-temanku di Indonesia. Like I started learning Bahasa, so I just told everyone welcome to all of our friends in Indonesia. But yeah, so Indonesia, like they are such kind, amazing people. Like they are so friendly. They will invite you into their house, make you dinner. Like they are just amazing human beings. And so friendly. And so they're very loyal. Once they see that you like they know that some reactors like just kind of catch on to like the Indonesia train and being like, oh, like let me just tap into the Indonesia audience. And like for me, I love Putri Aryani. I love Indonesia. I want to visit Indonesia. I started learning their language, like their culture. Like I care and I love them. They're like my extended family. But for other people, like it's very obvious that they're just doing it for the views and stuff like this. And that's totally fine. You do you. But they can tell. And so they've just kind of adopted me into their culture and their families. And I'm so grateful for them because they really did push my channel to the next level. Like I think I got like 20,000 new subscribers in a week, 2 weeks, a couple weeks. Pretty much all thanks to them, which is, I never thought I would say that in my life. Like that's just ridiculous. But so I lately with my strategy is like, I love cultures, period. Like I love getting to be immersed into other cultures. And also foreigners are very appreciative when Americans give attention to their country because I mean, Indonesia is not a very much talked about place. Like there's so many things about Indonesia that I had no idea about. Like it's made up of 18,000 different countries. And like, I could go on and on about Indonesia. So all tied in, but I am now kind of branching out my channel instead of just America to different countries. So like now I'll be kind of leading into Malaysia and Asia and just all of that into foreign countries. And I'll be taking a trip to Europe here in March and getting to go. I'll be going to London, Paris, Switzerland, Venice, Florence, and Rome. So I'll be able to get immersed in all of those cultures as well. But yeah, it's just my channel, honestly, even though I had like 100-something thousand subscribers, I had only had a few very loyal ones and they were not watching everything I was posting. They were only watching Elvis videos or only watching Elite Bata videos or not even that, but like there were people that were so specific that they weren't watching all my videos and it was hurting my channel because like I'd post a different video and tank, Elvis, boop, 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 tank. And so now I have a better audience that are going to watch all of my videos and it's growing my channel. So it's like even before when I had 100,000 subscribers, I basically did not have 100,000 subscribers. I probably had like 20,000 loyal subscribers, if even. So now I'm building up the audience that is very loyal and will watch anything and everything I post, which is very important.
Absolutely.
I have a lot to catch up on. I've watched thousands.
I've learned a lot.
More to watch. Yeah, much more.
And I'm happy to share anything I've learned so far. Like when you're a YouTuber or really anything in life and you are here, like it is your job to bring people up with you. Like it is like, and it just keeps going on. Like I've had other big YouTubers reach out to me and like want to help me without me even asking. I'm like, you want to help me? Like what? And they're like, yeah, like I just noticed like, hey, you should try this and try that. And I'm like, okay, thanks. So for me to not want to bring other people up when I've been brought up myself, like that's just selfish. So, and you know, in the future, like you guys, I mean, even now you guys are doing it, like you're bringing other people up. So, I mean, just keep it going. That's how it should be. Like we're all in this together. And I know like some content creators are like, it's all or nothing. Like you're my enemy. It's like, no, like we're all in this crazy content world together.
There's
like,
no competition. It's ridiculous. I mean, we all learn from each other. We can all push each other to be better. And that's what we really appreciate you doing this for us. I mean, because, you know, these guys are well on their way. I'm just a nobody right now. And it's like, you didn't have to do this. And we really appreciate it.
See, you're wrong. You're wrong for saying that. Because you're not nobody.
I was going to say that. Would you
tell me that I was nobody when I didn't have a YouTube channel?
No, and I probably used the wrong word, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean, like a newbie and
Yeah, okay. Newbie's better. You're newbie, but
You're
you're not a
newbies.
nobody. Not a
Sure.
nobody. You're just as important as all of us, no matter what your subscriber count is. Like, we are all doing the same thing.
yeah.
Absolutely.
We're trying to perform our best ability to make sure that our fans or friends or whoever our audience is entertained for a certain amount of time, taken away from whatever is stressing them out and letting them escape into some fun, exciting content. And, you know, we bring it.
That's the
Every
goal. We
time.
bring it. Bring
Yeah.
it every time.
What always
At least I
motivates
hope
me is
so.
I love sharing music that I love, but particularly because a lot of people here don't know that there's a lot in Europe that I love, and they just don't have the exposure here, or even Canada. And I just,
Dude, seriously.
I'm the type of person, if I like something, I go out and tell everybody. I can't help it.
I
So it's
love
like,
that.
Same.
That's amazing.
But what in Europe specifically is like a band that would get major play? Because it seems like Europe loves America so much that they forget about their own people. Like they will flock to an event that's going to host Metallica more than they will some humongous star of their own country. And for me personally, anyone in Chicago, I don't even know them. I don't know them at all. It's very hard to find artists these days in your local area. So I find it exciting that you're saying these things, Brian, because we need to push as much as we can anybody that we're into that atmosphere for all of our friends, fans to be like, check them out, give them some more love. And that's what I've been doing right now with the people I'm interviewing is I'm going through their discographies and giving those reactions out so that people are like, oh, I see what he sees, or maybe they hate it. That's fine too.
Well, especially with independent artists too, like reactors are huge for independent artists. Like when you're talking about Europe, I instantly think like Ren. Like he is so talented, and not to give like, oh, you know, is this reactors who did it? Like, no. Like he is amazing, but he is even given credit. He's like, reactors are a huge reason why my high Ren blew up, which if you have not heard Ren's high Ren, oh my gosh, I sent it to somebody that I met yesterday. I was like, you have to listen to this song along with like Dirt Miller and Coulter Wall and stuff like that. But it's the independent artists that like truly like admire reactors, because we really do bring audiences. And that's one of the things I do love about reaction videos is like we do get to showcase amazing people that need a little help getting out there.
Absolutely.
And when we choose to do the ones that are independent, it usually returns in our favor of we're going to get more love for our channel as well, as opposed to the big people that don't even know that we did it. Like I can react to Eminem, and Eminem will never see that, but his fan base might
never
see
know.
it. You never know. But like they're never going to be like, hey, I loved your reaction. As an independent artist would be like, dude, thank you so much for going out of your way.
And that's the coolest feeling.
Oh, they're very grateful, and it just makes you feel a little bit more special. You're like, oh, I'm helping this person like achieve their dream. Like, and also if you love their music, like I love Ren, like he is just one of my favorite artists. And like he's watched my Instagram stories and like message, and I'm like, oh, I fangirl so hardcore, but it's just really cool.
Literally though, like I can relate to that too, because Dan, you know this because you saw the post. The band Red, I did a reaction video to one of those songs called, oh, what the heck was it? Surrogates? Surrogates, yeah. It's off their new album, Rated R. Not only did they like the video and comment on it, they freaking shared part of it on their Instagram. I'm like, wait a minute. What just happened?
Is that not the greatest feeling? Do you not feel like
that's one of the best feelings in the world, when a band that you love not only notices you but shares it on their own page? Like, really?
Carlie was shared on Megadeth.
I was.
Yes. So she gets
exactly how you feel.
Wow.
I am the only reactor that they've ever posted, and I'm like, talk about imposter syndrome. I'm like, I think it was even Dan. Was it you that told me that they had posted me? Somebody had messaged me and was like, hey, you know, you're on Megadeth's Instagram, and I'm like, no.
Oh, no.
And they posted me, and I'm just like,
Wow.
why? And then the director of their music videos reached out and was like, hey, your reaction was my favorite. I loved it, and this and that. And I was like, what? Like, that's so cool. So, Brian, I get you. That is freaking awesome that they posted you. I just love that. That just makes me excited for you. Sorry,
No,
Jimmy
Jimmy got
James.
posted.
But I had similar. So a while ago I did a artist spotlight on Amaranth from Sweden. I love them.
Ooh,
And
Amaranth,
Elise
oh my God,
Elise
yes.
Rid is like the voice of an angel. She took it and
Ooh.
shared it, and I was like,
oh.
Elise Rid just shared my video. Are you kidding me? And she started following me on Instagram. I'm like,
Oh
I'm done.
my God.
I'm like, I'm done with YouTube. I've reached the apex.
I hit my.
It's all
I
downhill from here.
I'm good. I spit out when I did it.
I'm done.
That is so freaking cool.
I just walked around dabbing all around town the rest of the day.
Well, wait,
You're like,
hold on.
hey.
Before we
Nice.
finish his flex here, we got to talk about the pillow. It's time.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, I
yeah.
need
Talk
to
about
know
the
the
pillow.
pillow story.
Okay, so
All right.
it is probably one of the coolest things that ever happened to me. So
Okay.
you've seen the Warning, their music video for More, correct?
Mhm.
Do you know you can see a donut pillow throughout the whole video? At one point, Danny has her head on it.
Yes. Okay. I usually would not remember something like that, but that I do. Yes.
So I gave her that pillow. So when I interviewed her and Pal, I had always seen on Instagram that she loves donuts. So I was at a metal festival and I went to a donut shop and I was like, oh, I'm going to get that. At some point, I'm going to meet them. I'm going to give it to her, you know?
Yeah.
So
Naturally.
I went up for the interview and I gave it to her. She freaked out. She loved it. She held it the whole interview. And
Oh
then when
my
I saw that video, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I gave her that. But then when I saw him in Cincinnati a couple months ago, I went up. I was like, hey, you may not remember me. And she's like, yeah, I remember you. You're Brian. You gave me donut. I'm like, yes!
Yes! Like she knows my name. That is the coolest thing. Oh wow.
Because they're my favorite
Wow.
band. And I was like, that's the
They're
coolest thing ever.
amazing. They are talk about somebody who sounds just as good live as they do
Oh,
in
yeah.
recording.
100%.
Oh my gosh.
100%.
I drove
yes.
like 3 hours. They were performing in Richmond, Virginia last year. And the person I was supposed to go with canceled last minute. And I was like, okay. So luckily one of my friends was like, well, me and my husband will go with you. And I was like, okay, great. So we drove down to Richmond and we saw them in this like very, very tiny venue. It
Yep.
was amazing.
They are fun. All right, we all have to get together and take Dan to a Warning show.
Yes.
That's the
Oh,
Yeah,
that
we have
would
to.
be- Hey, Nashville.
In Nashville, yes.
There we go.
I was thinking that.
There we go.
Make that happen.
February 11th.
Yeah,
Dang it, Dan.
Oh my
dang it.
God.
Yeah.
Get the trip for February
I thought
11th.
we had a discussion about this off the air. None of that nonsense, Dan.
Join the Patreon if you want to know what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
The
Oh my
inside jokes
goodness.
just never
I almost
Oh my
cried in the
gosh.
video.
Oh,
That's
wow,
too
that's
funny.
freaking amazing. That's so special. Like, it's really cool when artists really, you can tell that they genuinely care. Like, that's
100%.
really cool. I
Absolutely.
remember the first day, Nova had followed me on Instagram, and I remember I was standing in my kitchen. I remember everything. And my ex at the time who was doing YouTube, he was sitting on the couch, and I just reacted to Tom for the first time. And I was holding my phone, and I go, I go, dude, you're never gonna believe who just followed me on Instagram. And he was like, who? And I was like, Nova Rockefeller. And now, like, Nova's such a doof. I'm just like, okay, like, whatever. No, it's like, I can say that because it's fine. Like, she knows. But now I just, like, pick on her. And her and Tom always call me kid or dork or kiddo. And I'm like,
Aw.
Nice.
back when I lived in California, I hope this isn't secret news, but hey, join the Patreon. You can cut this part out and put it in the Patreon. But back when I lived in California, it was probably like half a year or a year after I'd met Nova. She wanted to hire me to go work for her and Tom to help them make the music videos. And
What?
yeah, and now knowing like how secluded they are, I'm like, dude, the fact that you wanted me to like come into that, like, you know how Nova is with.
Oh, that's a
you might not-
very
That's very
like,
tight knit. Like,
yeah.
it's literally them and their
Mhm.
family, and then I'd be over here like, hey guys, like,
like you and Brandon Hart will be in the background like this.
I know.
I checked out
And-
Tom's statistics recently. Most of his top 50 videos have over like 10 million views. To be
Yep.
involved with any of that, just to be like a
Killing it.
credit on that, that would be incredible.
I wouldn't even need credit. Like, I just want to be a part of it. I want to learn from Nova. Like, she is one of the most brilliant directors. Like, she is just so good. And obviously Tom too. He's all right too. But I'm just kidding. But,
He's all right.
he's all right.
He's all right.
He knows the Nova's my girl. Like, I'm closer to Nova. Like, Tom's, whatever. But no, he knows.
Nova's boyfriend. That's what you call him.
Yeah, that's Nova's boyfriend. I don't know, some guy. I think he does music, something. But no, she wanted to hire me, but like it was during COVID, so like we just couldn't. And then we were actually talking about this the other night. We were playing a game and live streaming and stuff, and I told her, I was like, well, you never invited me over, and like I was just being super salty, and she was like, you moved away. And I was like, Nova, I moved like 3 years after we had become friends. And she's like, well, you never came to LA. And I was like, Nova, I was an hour and a half from LA. Like, I went to LA all the time. And she's like, well, and she just kept coming up with stupid excuses. I was like, no, you know what? Never mind. Forget it. I don't want to talk to you right now. So, but the fact that she'd even considered me like being her apprentice, or I don't want to put words in her mouth, but like even that being an offer, an idea in her head of being like, I want Carlie to come help us with this, like what an honor.
Oh yeah.
And that's just
And who
coming
knows?
from like one reaction that they happened to stumble across on the humongous platform that is YouTube. And they're just like, that's the one I want to work with me. Like, just think about
I don't
that.
get it.
It's
Yeah, I don't know.
crazy. But I'm happy, obviously, that it all worked out in the way that God wanted, as opposed to how you
Yeah.
wanted it.
Yep.
Because of course
Yeah,
you could be
and
making millions.
Never know. Yeah, exactly. Like, who
Amen.
needs millions of dollars? No, but like, yeah, and you never know. Like,
I obviously don't. I got 500.
that's more than I got. Shoot,
$500? Wow.
That's more than I
It's
got.
like 3 weeks of gas.
I kid you not, I had like negative $19 in my bank account.
Oh my
A couple
goodness.
weeks ago. Thank you, copyright claims. And Nova literally sent me $100, $119. She was like,
wow.
"You need this," and I was like, "Ah."
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
So
That's awesome.
YouTube was just really hitting me hard.
But
But
the loyal fans, like you were saying.
oh
like, they're
yeah, they're
totally supportive.
amazing. Yeah. I was like, I don't know if you guys use Streamlabs, but it had like your recap, your yearly recap, and it was like, it told me that I was in the top 1% of the highest paid streamers that use Streamlabs, and I
I
was
saw
like,
that. I saw that. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
The best.
all because of my community. I don't take it. That's imposter syndrome. I'm like, why? So
Hey, you deserve it. You got quite the fan base, and it definitely
Thank
shows
you.
up every video, every live stream you do.
I really appreciate that. I don't personally understand, but I don't have to. That's what I've learned. Like, people are like, well, we like your videos. And I'm like, why? And they're like, you don't have to understand. We do. So just lots of imposter syndrome that can come along with doing what we do.
I tell you what, I think a least big part of it is you're authentically yourself, and you bring a lot of joy to people, and that's something that in today's world we need. We need things like that. So that's why you connect with people.
Thank you.
Yes.
I really appreciate hearing that.
A
I do.
truly contagious personality that
Yep.
we truly cannot find on most places
No,
when it comes to
can't.
YouTube.
We
It's
can't.
very hard. So we flock to that like crazy, and that's why we're all talking right now. That's why we're all honored to be with you, is because
No,
You've
the
had-
honor is all mine. Like,
you've
I'm
had that impact though. Like, that's what you did for us. We felt great watching you, and we were like, I want to be like her. I want to do something to connect with my audience, and
oh
we did our best.
wow. Well, and you guys are doing it. Like, I get that joy and light from each of you, and just how you talk with each
Thank you.
other, and yeah, I mean, I just keep doing you. I will say, like, people can tell when you're not being genuine, and this isn't at you guys. I'm like, hey guys, listen, people can tell when you're not being genuine. Like,
right.
but one of the craziest things since starting my YouTube channel is the most repetitive compliment. Like, not about my appearance, not about anything. It's literally just you're so genuine. And I'm not saying that to hype myself up. It is just a fact. That is the most common compliment that I get on my channel is you're so genuine, you're so authentic. And that just proves that that is truly what is important to people. Like with social media and just people being so fake, like you don't even know what's real anymore. You don't know, like it's just like with Instagram, everything is so easily faked. Photos are faked, people are faked. Like there's so much inauthenticity. You guys know what I mean. I was on a roll there, but
Authenticity.
thank
What
you.
are you talking about? AI is real.
Maybe I'm AI, you don't know.
Maybe
Yeah,
what you're seeing is all an illusion.
Yeah, these
It's
are
all an illusion.
What are you talking about? This
Wake
is
up.
my place right here.
Oh, he actually is an illusion. I don't know about that. Actually, what would you guys do if like it just my green screen fell down and just like fell behind me? This looks total green screen. This is the most YouTuber background I've ever had in my life. But anyways, so anytime people tell me or like they're like, oh, do you have any advice? Like I really want to start a YouTube channel. I'm like, yeah, find something you love. Can be anything. It can literally be, you could be talking about bees. You could be talking about mouse pads for all I care. Like find something you absolutely love and are so passionate about, because I'm telling you, if you're just doing YouTube to make money, you're not going to make it. If that is your sole goal in life or to make you like subscribers, you're not going to make it. Like there has to be passion involved. And that's where people fall short and they give up because they're like, oh, I'm not making enough. Like I didn't make enough for 2 years and I had to work another job. So that's where the passion like leveled it out. But find something you love, be consistent. I basically have to post a video every day. Do I know? But it got to a point where I was posting 10 videos a day and psychotic. But find something you love, be consistent, tell yourself nobody's going to watch my videos for at least a year, but I'm going to post them every day or once a week or whatever, as much as you want. But tell yourself, lower your expectations, be like, nobody is going to watch my videos for at least a year. And just don't give up. Like that's it. Be consistent, do what you love and be real about it. Like that's my key.
100% agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
With you. I think
Absolutely.
that the positive aspect of everything when it comes to YouTube is like really cool. Like back in the days of Vine, people would accidentally become viral sensations. And
So
it was,
easily.
Like they didn't even think of it. They're like, oh, that was a stupid thing I did with my friend. I recorded it. I'll just put it up online and see what happens. And then next day, I just dropped my croissant. Goes viral.
I love that one. You almost made me drop my croissant. That's like something that I was thinking about really recently is like, I'm so sad that people only care about the algorithm and like it doesn't just come down to whether or not you have good content. You have to do it so perfectly, the right hashtags, the right tags, the right title length, the right description, like the right thumbnail. Like there has to be so many things perfect. And even then you could have the most perfect video, perfect, like everything should work and you still won't get on the algorithm. So I would advise, instead of making videos for the algorithm, make videos for the audience. Change algorithm to audience. And it's actually really cool. I've learned a trick pretty recently, which not sure if that's the video that I sent you, Dan, but it's about shorts and such. And I wish I could remember her name. But she was saying how each second counts. And what she does is, in order to make the person watching feel more intimate, she basically pictures one person and she pictures this being her number one fan. And what does this number one fan like about the channel? What does this one fan watch? What do they not like about the channel? And when you're filming a video, you think of this one fan and you make the video for them. So every time I film a video now, I'm making it for this one person, not 200,000 people or this or that. So I'm trying to avoid now saying like, hey guys, what's up? Because it instantly, if you're watching this by yourself and I say like, hey guys, it instantly, like subconsciously, there's so much psychological tricks when it comes to content creation. And so if you picture talking to one person it just helps connect with the viewer a lot more, and also helps you connect because it does feel like you're having a conversation with one person. So
Yeah.
that's also something I've been recently working on, that I feel like could be valuable.
That's genius.
Thanks. I
Singling
don't take
out-
credit for that. I
Yeah,
learned
no,
that.
that's
So
singling out your number one fan and
Mhm.
providing only yeah, okay, so the
Mm-hmm.
personal connection is the most important thing with anything. Like that's why I consistently talk to all these artists, and I open my mind and I open my ears to everyone. Like I have a post that says, I don't care where you come from, I don't care what you do, I want to talk with you. And it
Mhm.
makes it so that they feel like, oh, I could be a star even though I'm nothing, even though I feel like a 9 to 5 worker that just has no, true passion. I can be like, what do you like to do? And then they'll talk about it, and then I can just promote on that. But that
you're
connection,
so good at it. You're so
Yeah.
good at
Yep.
making that connection. And honestly, people just want to be heard. People want to be seen. And one of the best things you can do in life is literally just listen to people. Just
Yep.
listen.
Yep, and the whole world actually would make sense if we all just listened to one another, because
Yeah.
little things that we've had in our mind for a very long period of time, whether that's the narrative that the news gives you or someone else, you have this negative perspective with somebody you've never even met before. You have a conversation with them, that perspective changes. And I
Yeah.
find that that is my favorite thing about interviewing people, especially with those that have controversial opinions that I usually wouldn't agree with. I'm always like, oh, that's an interesting way of putting it. I've never thought of it that way. Or, oh, wow, I could change my perspective on that. It
Yeah.
gives you so much more understanding. And when you have an understanding, you have better connection with that person. Personally, they're going to feel like no matter what you say, no matter what you do, you're real now. And I've
Yeah.
told my fiance this the other day. I said, there are people that are going to disagree with me politically and all kinds of stuff, but they will see that I've promoted them as much as I possibly can genuinely, and I'm not doing it for clout or anything. And I make sure that they feel like the superstar that they are, and that I don't hold anything against them, and they're not going to be like, oh, that's the guy, block him with all the rest of those freaks. And
Yeah.
that's where it's like I'm sticking out of that pack to hold that individual connection, like you were saying with that number one fan.
Well, it's
Analogy
very
and
powerful.
thought process.
Oh, yeah.
You're open-minded.
Absolutely.
Like that's it. There's a lot of power in like having different opinions, and like that's something that's been taken away from us. Is like we are not at least in America, like we're not allowed to have different opinions. Like you must agree with me or I hate you. And it's like,
One or the other.
It's sad.
yeah.
It's
so
my way or the highway.
Mhm.
exactly. So I'm like, that's something that's so sad now is like people can't even have conversations without, either being screamed at or, thrown around words that just have nothing to do with the conversation. And it's just really unfortunate that like conversation has become so like walking on eggshells now because we have to have conversations. We have to have different opinions. And what is that?
I think
I'm
it
just
is
getting
you, Jimmy,
static.
because your
I'm getting
screen is
static.
like flashing.
Jimmy, is that you?
I'm
Why
like,
always me? I didn't even say anything.
Well, no,
Jimmy,
you're-
what are you
that's like-
doing?
Jimmy, your camera's like haunted or something, bro. I was like,
Somebody's trying to haunt me for some reason. I have no idea
It
why.
sounds like
was
like
almost a
little
boots and
scratching
cats.
noises.
Yeah, it was exactly scratching noises.
Yeah.
ASMR ghost.
Ghost edition.
It's invisible ASMR, didn't you know?
Oh, hey, that can make some money right there. Wow, I love that.
Okay,
Oh my
anything
God.
we were saying, I have no idea now.
I don't know. Something about disagreeing opinions.
Oh, that's it. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
that was it.
We disagree on it. It's okay.
it
Yes.
really boils down to just valuing people and seeing people as more than just, one thing and it's people don't do what we're doing right now is just sit and talk. And
Yeah.
I think everybody's they're stuck in their phone or they're stuck doing something else, and they don't see people as individuals. So it's easier to hate somebody if you don't see them as a human being.
Oh, absolutely. And like people do that with celebrities a lot too, because it's
Yep.
so easy to not see celebrities as human beings, and we're like so quick to judge. And like it's like, no, hey, that's literally a human being that's going
Yep.
through things that we can't even fathom what it's like to be like that. Like that is just crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh no. Oh.
Not sorry. What? Anyway.
Oh my, you're done.
I'm done.
You're done.
Just wait till this Taylor Swift video comes out on his channel.
I just leave
Oh
this
my god,
conversation
I
right
am
now.
so excited for that.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
sometime next year. I'm
Good luck with
figuring
that one.
lots of research.
I wish you the best. Watch out, those Swifties will be coming for you,
Oh,
Dan.
I'm expecting that. The more comments, the better.
True
Everyone
that.
will know exactly what my podcast is after that.
Hey, amen. No bad. What is it? Bad publicity is still good publicity.
Yes.
There's no such thing.
Yep.
All right.
All
Well, I
right.
wish you luck on that.
Now I have a few questions for you here. I want to know, now that you have this incredible milestone that you made this year, what is the next milestone for your channel?
I've been saying, oh, see now you're gonna put me on the spot because if I say it, I gotta actually make sure it gets done. So that's actually a good thing. So I'm at 200 and almost 205,000 subscribers. I've been saying it's been a goal for 2024 to hit 1 million. I think that it is possible. I'm doing a crap ton of research right now, trying to understand the like psychological things behind videos, and also just really, this is the first year that I'm able to like start branching away from reaction videos and start diving really deep into my creativity. Like I have so many different like branches that I want to try. Like I love making comedy skits, and I actually just filmed a video today trying food out in Nashville. And so I think right now is going to be a lot of trial and error and experimental content, and applying like things that I've learned in research and stuff like that. But I think that I feel very hopeful for the channel this year. And but I do want to remain realistic. So, I mean, realistically speaking, I think each year I've been able to double my subscriber counts. Like the first year was 50,000, next year 100, this year 200,000, and then the next year realistically would be like 400,000. But I do know once you hit a certain amount and you keep going, like you get put more into the algorithm, and it's a lot easier. Like the higher that your subscriber count is, the more susceptible people are to subscribe just based on like numbers and what people see other people doing, they're going to join in on. And so I think once you hit a certain point and you're consistent, like it just can start to snowball. And I've started to kind of see that a little bit. So I'm not sure if it's realistic to say like this year I want to hit 1 million, even though that is what I want. I think realistically maybe like 500,000 subscribers this year, I would feel pretty content with, I think. But also I'm very hard on myself, and I'm like, for me, I'm like, we should already be at 1 million. Like this is ridiculous that we're not at 1 million already. And not that I put all my value in that, but like I'm a hardcore person and I'm very hard on myself. So I'm like, the fact that I'm, only at 200,000 right now and I'll be 4 years in April, I'm like, no, like we should be at 1 million by now. Like I got very high standards for myself. And although they're not very realistic, I feel like having a good balance of having really high standards and realistic standards helps me get to where I'm at. So maybe 500,000 this year would be, I think, a realistic good goal to have. But aim high, miss small. So maybe 1 million. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm super excited to see where it's going to go. And like you were saying, with your bonus content that you haven't been able to do much of because of the reaction content, I want to know, are you going to be doing any more movie and TV related things?
Ooh, great question. You see, you're so good at this. I love being on your podcast. It's my fave. So I did a Pulp Fiction. My first ever movie reaction was Pulp Fiction. Insane movie. I assume we've all seen it.
Such a good movie.
Not yet.
Fantastic. Oh my gosh, the GIMP scene.
Oh my god. Don't get me started on that one.
Oh my gosh. So I reacted to Pulp Fiction for the first movie ever. It's over 100,000 views. I posted it like 6 months ago. I then reacted to John Wick, spent like 20 hours editing it, instantly got blocked. Spending that much time on a video only for it to get blocked is just that literally stopped me from making movie reactions. That was just so defeating and discouraging, and I was just like, forget it, like this is stupid. and already so fed up with copyright claims. And I'm like, okay, I'm literally getting out of reactions to start another reaction channel. Like, what are you doing? But I really did enjoy doing them. Unfortunately, I have not figured out quite what it takes. I think I just didn't edit John Wick well enough, like choppy enough to where it didn't get picked up. But you can easily get striked. So there is a very high risk doing those. And it is connected to my Shea What Now channel, so I have to be very careful when it comes to stuff like that. Like I did get a strike on my movie channel before, and it affected Shea What Now, so I have to be very careful with that. But
Wait, so the Google account was connected, and that's how they knew.
mhm,
It wasn't based on the channel name.
mhm.
Wow.
So the Google account. Shoot, I'm sorry, Brutal Reviews. I'm gonna have to shut you down, buddy.
Oh no!
Oh
I was
no.
thinking, I was like, I'll just post all the things that get blocked on Music Man and MediaManDan there. That's what's gonna go. No, okay, now I know it just has to be
I
Patreon.
want. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure it affected Shea What Now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is what happened. So yeah, I had a copyright strike on Shea What Now, and then it's expired now, like it's gone, but still very scary. Like you do not want to do that.
Mhm.
But it's something that I wouldn't say like I'll never do again. I think right now like I have so much going on that if I could find an editor that would maybe do that for me, then yeah, potentially I would be down to do that. Because I think there really was like, Alex Hefner does his movie and TV. He's got a channel. He's amazing. Alex Hefner is just an
Yes.
amazing human being. He's helped me. And just been a huge inspiration and just a good friend to me. So he has a Alex Hefner's TV and movie vault. He is killing it. Oh my gosh. So that does make me like still interested to try it, but I think right now like my focus is so much on Shea What Now that it's hard for me to put that much time and effort into the other channel, even though it may do decently. So maybe.
Sure.
That makes sense. All right. The next channel that I was thinking of is your vlog channel. Are you going to be putting vlogs onto Shea What Now, or is that going to have its own separate thing?
So I struggled with that a lot the past couple of years of being like, okay, this is the content that I want to do. This is the channel that I have. Do I post my content on this channel? Do I make a different channel for this? Like, how do you decide, like, especially when there's so many different types of content you want to do?
Mhm.
So the struggle was like, I've built up a reaction channel. People have subscribed for reactions. And in the past, I would post like a vlog or just a one-off Carlie Shea video, and it would tank. And
Oh,
it
yeah.
would break my heart because I was like, this is the content I really want to do. I'm so proud of this, and nobody wants to watch it. Like, I'm just a reactor. Like, I hated it. I was like, I'm not just a reactor, I'm more. And so I was very discouraged for the longest time. I would not do Carlie content, and it really like broke my heart in a lot of ways because that's what I like. It's almost like okay, well, if I'm not doing that, then I don't know if I want to be a YouTuber. Like, what's the point? Like, this is the content I want to make. So I talked to other YouTubers who are just way ahead of me, and I was just like, hey, like if I want to post these kinds of videos, like should I post them on a different channel? And they were like, yes, like keep your channel, keep your content separate, because if somebody's subscribing for reaction videos and you post a video cooking noodles, like that video is gonna tank. And which we'll circle back to that in a second, but
Yeah.
so they gave me advice, and at the time it was good advice. I took it and ran with it and was like, okay, crap, can't post any Carlie content videos. But then it was becoming so niche that people were getting specific to the certain artists I was reacting to. So Elvis fans were only watching my Elvis videos. Angelina Jordan fans were only watching Angelina Jordan, and so on and so forth, to where it's like I only had subscribers, like a certain amount of subscribers for each video. Like I didn't even have an accumulated 100,000 subscribers. I had like 5,000 for this artist, 20,000 for this artist here. So it just the views were all over the place. Like it was just not growth. And then I decided to change it up and be like, okay, I have gotten to a point where I've grown my channel. I have very loyal community, amazing fans that they've told me, they're like, we're going to watch whatever you post. And I'm like, okay, like I've tried this before, but all right. So, and with the growth of my Indonesia following, who they're just so loyal, like now I actually have a real subscriber count that does transfer to my video views. It's not just like a bunch of like dead subscriber accounts or people that only watch this or that. Like they're all watching everything now, to the point where like I posted a video making instant noodles, 100,000 views. Like what the heck? Like I was like, I will put in so much effort for a Carlie content video. I call it Carlie content. I will put so much effort into it and editing and this and that. I filmed this with my phone. I posted it. It's the crappiest video I've ever made in my life. And I was like, this is gonna just tank. It's like my best video. And I'm making instant noodles.
So tomorrow I'm gonna go buy some ramen noodles. Come back, set up my camera.
Do it.
And the camera's gonna take off.
Hey, Brian, I work at a grocery store. I get a discount on those.
Dude, you're sitting on gold right there.
They're not far apart from each other either.
It's YouTube fuel.
Exactly.
So I could be wrong. I don't want to steer anyone in the wrong direction, but once you get to a certain point, when you have actual loyal subscribers that are going to watch your videos, like they're going to grow with you and change with you as they should. And I made a video literally telling people, like, I was like, guys, respectfully, if you do not want to watch all my videos, or if you just want to watch this artist or this artist, please unsubscribe. Like I asked people to unsubscribe because I do not want a dead subscriber. Like I would rather have 10 subscribers who are going to watch everything than 100 subscribers or 90 extra subscribers that don't watch anything. Like those 10 people are going to leave a comment. They're going to like your video. They're going to share their videos. Like one person who does that is worth 1,000 people who maybe watch your videos every once in a while. Like it's all about that specific loyal follower. And like, I'm so grateful for all of the ones that I do have, because I wouldn't have it without them. So
you'll start seeing Jimmy and Brian in your comments more often too.
Thanks. Likewise, I'm gonna be in y'all's comments too. I'm gonna be starting trouble.
I like that.
I'm always trying to hype them up, so I always try to get in there as soon as I see a new upload. Yeah,
he does an awesome job. Appreciate it.
I will say also something I've learned too is like once you upload a video, spend the next hour or however 30 minutes, whatever time frame you want to put, but once you upload a video, just sit there and respond to comments like as they come in. That is the biggest, like I've done experiments where it's like, okay, I'll respond later, I'm busy, and then I'll go in and I'll start responding to comments, and just like the video just starts going exponentially. Like it's one of the biggest things for anyone watching too. But just be in your comment section.
Absolutely. All right. Next question before we go into Christmas time, because this is a Christmas episode. Yes.
Oh boy.
What on earth gave you the incredible privilege of learning languages so fast? You learned Indonesian like that. I was impressed.
Yeah, when you rattled that off, I was like,
none
of us know she's actually saying it correctly, so we're like,
oh, well, terima kasih. I appreciate that. That's thank you in Bahasa. I told you I love other cultures. I took Spanish in high school, and I feel like once you learn a secondary language, it is so much easier because it teaches your brain how to like learn differently than what your first language. So like with Spanish, I learned like different how verbs come first, or stuff like that, like different structures of sentences and origins, like Latin origins and stuff like that. So once you learn a second language, it's a lot easier to apply what you've learned to other languages. And like with Indonesia, like I don't know, like 80% of my comments are all in Indonesian. So if you're not like paying attention to your comment section, there's no way that you're not going to start learning Indonesian. So I mean, just from them, they've been teaching me, and I I just love learning other languages. I feel like it comes pretty naturally. I started learning French a little bit and Spanish and now Bahasa, and it's just really cool. Like I love getting to experience other cultures and learning about these people and their lifestyles. So I don't know, just practice.
So
Nice.
the second language, that was like the gateway to get into all of these languages. You were just like, Spanish sounds just like everything else. And I'm in my mind, I'm just like, couldn't even understand most of what my teacher was asking me to say in class. And then asking the dean, like, is there any other option? And then you know what they told me? They told me music is a language.
Oh,
so I took another choir class and I never went back.
There you go.
That's so beautiful.
Nice.
I love that. That should be
Yes.
like on a pillow.
Music is a language?
Yeah. I love that.
Absolutely.
No, we had to take a language in high school, and so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna learn Spanish. Like I'm in California, and Spanish is just you should learn Spanish. But especially for me being in California where there's like a ton of Spanish speakers, it just made sense. So it was either that or French, and I was like, when in my life am I ever gonna need to know French? Like, let's learn Spanish. And now here I am years later learning French. But yeah, once you learn a second language, it is a lot easier to learn more languages after that, except Russian. Russian is really difficult. So
So I took
that.
German for 1 year just because everybody else took
Oh.
Spanish and I just wanted to do something different.
Wow. I only know like
I know
Du bist-
a little bit of German.
Ich bin ein Mädchen. Like I only know a
There's
little bit.
like a lot of, that kind of.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta feel like you're spitting something up
Yeah.
and there's like ich bin ein Mädchen.
You just get like really angry. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
dog.
I was gonna say it has to be angry if it's German,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Even when you're
lots
saying
of
hello,
spitting.
you're like, oh, you're
They
angry
say
about it.
they say flower like so aggressively.
Yeah.
Like the sweetest things, you're just like, oh my gosh, you're pissed off. And you're like, no, I just said flower.
Exactly.
That's
What-
so cool. You're learning
How
it.
would they translate the movie Bambi? That would be so funny.
Oh my,
Oh no.
that would be funny. You're on to
I
something
want to
here.
see
That
the
might be
German
some
version.
good
You just-
content.
They just call it Das Dinner. And there's a gunshot.
Dinner. Oh, baby.
What is wrong with you?
That's so sad.
Sorry, it was there.
I apologize for
Wow.
any of my vegan audience. We do not have any
Oh
harm
my
of
gosh.
animals on this
No,
podcast.
it's really fine. I was
Unless they're
vegan
fictional
for
and drawn.
6 months, and then I was
For
offered
6
Chick-fil-A. I was, and I
Well.
never went back.
See, that'll do it.
That is the truth, though. You love Chick-fil-A. How did you like this is a random question, and this doesn't have to be involved in this at all. How did you like that Nashville sandwich that your friend was pointing out that
Ooh.
you didn't have to move to Nashville for?
Oh,
Was that like the hot chicken?
the
Yeah.
Wendy's like hot chicken. I don't know.
that was
Oh,
Wendy's?
goodness.
My friend did not, none of my friends in Virginia wanted me to move to Nashville. So my friend took a picture of, she was at like a Wendy's drive-thru and they were like, no, introducing like Nashville hot chicken. And she took a picture of it and sent it to me and was like, look, you don't have to move to Nashville anymore. Like there's hot chicken here. And I was like, great. Cause that's the only
It's
reason I
not
was
the
moving.
same.
It's
Yeah.
not the same, yeah. How is the food down there though now?
Oh my gosh. Whew. It's a good thing I work out now because I tell you what, I would gain some weight here.
Oh my goodness.
I actually filmed a food vlog today, like a short, trying. So there's this really freaking amazing food court on it's called Fifth and Broad. And it's just like you go into this food court and there's just, oh my gosh, it's not like food court food, like what you see at the mall. Like it is really good food. And there's just everything you could think of. There's like barbecue, velvet tacos, waffle coat, like literally anything, sushi.
I'm in heaven.
I was like, yeah, literally I'm in heaven. So I went there today and filmed I want to try every restaurant in there. So I'm making it a short series. And today I tried, it was called Istanbul, Bowl, and it was like
Nice.
Mediterranean. So I got a chicken shawarma and it was so good. So yeah, so that was just a lot of fun.
Is that up
Oh,
by where the
alright.
stadium is? Like you go.
Yeah, it's right across from the stadium.
There's like an
Yep.
area store and other stores
Yep.
back in there.
Yeah, right upstairs is the food court, but like right below it is like all these amazing stores. And yeah, so like it is the greatest food court I've ever been to in my life. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I eventually want to try every little restaurant in there. But
Nice.
today was Istanbul.
Nice. I like
That
that.
is, I love, the creativity of that name. I love
really
playing with words, yeah.
Yeah, you know I do too. So
And speaking of nothing that concerns what we've just said all of this entire podcast, what's your favorite Christmas song?
Christmas.
All
Oh,
right,
song.
here we go. All right.
Oh, okay. Somebody else go first.
Oh God. That honestly is a tough one.
That is.
Yeah,
I
that's a
think-
hard.
Because I literally have heard every single Christmas song known to man at work for the past 3 weeks.
Oh
It's
no!
Ain't
Ain't
kind
that
of
the
like
truth?
ingrained in my brain right now with the amount of Christmas music I've heard. But
Oh,
he
you poor
hears
thing.
Mariah Carey and he just starts twitching.
Just
do you want to know what the funny thing is, Brian? That actually did happen to me today. I legit was like, no, turn this off immediately.
oh, I would have to
But
put
no.
earbuds in.
Yeah.
Literally.
You poor
But no,
thing.
but no, if I had to pick one Christmas song in particular, it would be First 211's magnificent cover of "God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen."
That's a good one.
Ooh.
That's a good one. Heavy
Favorite
hitting.
Christmas covers. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it. I promise you,
I
so
want to
good.
listen to it.
You won't be disappointed.
I love that you brought up First 211. I was like, here comes a traditional classic.
Yeah, like Jingle
Silent
Bells. No.
And he's like, no, First 211's cover of God Rest.
I love
I'm
that.
gonna-
you know.
I'm
It's a
gonna
sick
I'm gonna
cover.
flex a little bit right now. I was in the room when that video was shot.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
Brian,
You're
Mr.
exact-
Nobody over
Okay,
here.
okay.
I was in the room. I gave the warning the donut pillow, but I'm nobody. Whatever. Literally cooler than all of us. I
It
don't
was
even
there.
want to
I
talk to you.
had to. I'm gonna go with just the classic Silent Night. I love Silent Night. I
Okay.
think
That's a
it's
good
just,
one. That's a good
you know,
one.
kind of puts you in that mood.
Yeah, that's so
Okay,
sweet.
I like that.
Okay, I think I thought of one. Home Freeze, Mary, Did You Know?
Ooh.
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah,
Great
love
version
it.
of it too.
I
Yeah.
got to see Home Free live in Norfolk, Virginia. And when I tell you they are the funniest guys, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I get there and it was a surprise. My friend likes Home Free, so I got him tickets and we brought our 2 other friends. And I kid you not, we were the youngest people there by probably 40 years. There
Oh
were
my
people that I had no idea they had such an older fan group. These people, but I'm telling you, these were not normal old people. They were like there to rock out.
Wow.
We were probably the most tame people there, and we were the youngest by far. These people are walking around with their walkers, like holding them up in the air, being like, "Home Free," and we're just like, "Oh my gosh!" Like we felt like we were at a rock concert, but like at the home. And it was such a great, and they were like, Tim Faust was like mocking people and like messing with, like, it was go to a Home Free concert. They were amazing.
Nice.
But
I like
Mary,
that.
Did You Know? I love that song.
That's such a
Alright.
good song. I love that song as well. My mom actually got me into that because we were very religious growing up, and I would always hear her singing it, and we had
Aww.
songs that we would sing in church. And so I always thought that was my favorite Christmas song. And then the whole world opened up as I heard Josh Groban's voice for the first time
Josh Groban.
on Oh Holy Night in
Oh,
2003.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
Good call. Good
Without
call.
even a question, one of the greatest songs to ever exist.
Yep.
It is his, like, that
Hey,
is
there's
my
the puppy.
favorite cover. Yes, this is. Well, I
Oh,
I
oh.
almost said the wrong one. I
was gonna
Oh.
say. Watch
Who is
yourself,
this, man?
This is Lola.
Yes, thank you. I love that you know my dog's name. That's just great.
Hello,
I'm not
Lola,
stalking
you're adorable.
It's her channel. I just use it sometimes.
Yeah, this is actually the next contestant on America's Got
Just
Talent.
we are gonna audition. We're gonna win. We've been training.
Unbelievable.
All right. All right. Now this is the easier question that we all expected. What is your favorite Christmas movie?
Ooh.
I do have a top 5 list if you'd like me to share mine.
I want that.
Jimmy, go
I want
first.
that. Go
Dang,
first.
Okay.
Okay.
Go, Jimmy
so
James.
This might stir some controversy, but I don't give a damn. Here we
Oh,
go.
is
Die
first
Hard.
one
You're
Die
going
Hard?
Die Hard, aren't you?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: Die Hard is not on my list. So don't even try that.
I
garbage
am
with
leaving
me.
here.
I gotta
sorry,
go.
I'm not
Oh,
going
we're
there.
done. We're done.
That's it.
I'm out.
You no longer have the name Jimmy James. I'm sorry.
Scratch this. You're just James to me now.
You're just James.
Wow. I see how it is, people. But no, listen. No, in all seriousness, my top 5 Christmas movies / specials are number 5, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the original cartoon one.
Yep.
That will forever be a favorite of
Oh,
mine.
That's
Number
a good
4
one.
is Elf. Number
Okay,
3 is
yes.
A Charlie Brown Christmas.
There
Wait,
it is.
Oh
Number
my
2.
gosh, yeah.
Number 2 is Home Alone.
Okay.
And number 1, just because my grandma absolutely adores this movie, and I've seen it a bajillion times, I had to put it on here for her.
Wait. Is it Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer?
No.
That's
No.
not her favorite?
No.
I was like, I would love that.
No. We're not
Not-
going
Got
there.
PTSD.
No,
Just
not a
get over it.
favorite.
Don't think
It's
about it.
it's a Wonderful Life is easily for me number 1.
Aw,
It's
that's
easily
a
for me number
good
1. Just
one.
the message in that movie is just so powerful. My grandma loves that movie. I've seen it with her before, so that has to be my number 1. I do have a couple of honorable mentions though.
I want
Okay,
those.
Christmas Vacation and A Christmas Story.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
The
yeah.
Christmas Story has to be on there.
Okay.
That's my list.
I have to tell you, so I got an email. This is I promise relevant, but this just blew my freaking mind, and it is Christmas related. So,
Okay.
I got an email from somebody one time, and they were like, "Hey, Carlie, I watch your videos. Like, I love your channel." Blah 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 blah. Blah. And they tell me their name, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, you may have seen me in A Christmas Story," and I go, "What?" And sure enough, he sends me like his like it was legit. He is the kid. He was the actor of the kid who got his tongue stuck to the pole.
No,
No.
kidding.
What?
Way!
Get
Nice.
I know.
Wow.
He emailed me and was like, "I love your channel. If you ever want to do an interview sometime." I was like,
Wow.
"What?"
Nice.
I know.
That is
Okay, so-
amazing.
I'm sorry. Back to you. I just had to share that
That's
because I was
awesome.
like,
No,
I was
no,
like,
please.
"What? Like, what are you doing
That's
emailing me?"
incredible.
Did you
That
guys
is
know you could
incredible.
go through that house in Cleveland? They have it. It's in downtown Cleveland, the house
Really?
where they filmed it, and they have it
Oh.
all still set up exactly like it was.
With
So-
the leg lamp?
Someone was telling me,
Yeah,
same
the
thing.
leg lamp is in the window.
Okay.
I want the
Nice.
leg lamp. We were talking about this recently, I think yesterday, about the Home Alone house, how it like it's blocked off. Like you can go down the neighborhood and see the house and everything, but like the people who live there have like cameras and security all the time because people go there and like take pictures, and like that just sucks so much.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, if you're gonna live in the Home Alone house, you gotta put up with that. Like
Yeah.
that's your decision.
Yeah.
But there's like literally it's an event. Like people will like line up their cars to go into this neighborhood to see the Home Alone house, which Macaulay Culkin just got his star on the
Yes.
Hollywood Walk of Fame.
It's about time. It's about
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
kid.
He deserves
He's
it.
he cleaned up. Like he was going through a hard time. He had like drugs and stuff like that. This dude is doing so well. He married Brenda Song. He's got
Yep.
2 boys, and like he's just killing it. Like I'm proud of him.
Yeah,
I'm telling
really
you,
happy
I'm gonna
for
go
him. He's
back
doing
in
well.
time when I get a time machine. I'm gonna be like,
Mhm.
listen, young Dan, you have to understand this. London Tipton is going to be
Right?
with the kid from Home Alone.
Oh my God.
Right?
They're
Like
going to
how
be
did that
together.
even
How did
Yeah.
that happen?
Yeah, I'm like, in what world did that? What? Yeah, that's
But yeah,
just
he
weird.
did clean up. I watched his like, I guess you could call it a reaction because he was reacting to the Angry Video Game Nerd roasting the video games based on the
Yes.
Home Alone series.
Oh
And-
wow.
He's so funny because the entire time he has to play it that he's not Macaulay Culkin, or he is Macaulay Culkin, but the Angry Video Game Nerd just keeps seeing him as the pizza guy. So
Oh my,
it's like an inside
That's
joke.
amazing.
I
Wow.
love that.
That's amazing.
Absolutely, but oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Brian,
So-
you are not Brian. Sorry, and now I'm getting y'all mixed up. Jimmy James, Jimmy James. You're back to Jimmy James. You got that again. You're back.
You got it back.
Solid list. I think that's a pretty phenomenal Christmas list you got there.
That is.
Thank
Was
you.
that all of your honorable mentions?
That was all my honorable mentions. Yes, just Christmas Vacation, A Christmas Story.
Love that.
I felt bad leaving Christmas Vacation off the list because it is one of my all-time favorite movies, but it was it was tough, man. It was tough coming up with that list.
Dude, I think you nailed it. That's a pretty solid list.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I have a really important question. How do you guys feel about the Polar Express? Because if
Oh,
any
I
of you
love
guys
that movie.
She doesn't seem amused with that answer.
What
do
are
you
gonna say?
please explain, what do you
Jimmy
love
just
about
became a different person.
you know what, James? All right.
What you're gonna tell me is on Dan's podcast, you think that movie is overrated, don't you?
I don't think it's rated at all. I don't think it should have a rating at all. What do
Oh
you
my
like about
God.
it? What is it about this movie that you like? Like
Hot chocolate.
No, not that. But
Hey,
no,
man.
me personally, no. My family and I watch that movie every year on Christmas. It's
Okay.
always a tradition of ours.
So that's like a nostalgic with your family. But what about the movie is actually good to you? Like what do we, I'm throwing
He's
some
asking about the
shade.
story, if it relates to you in any way.
that is a fair point. You got me there.
I
That's a fair point.
just think it's just a weird movie. I don't know. It just kind of creeped me out a little bit.
I have to.
No, it's weird. It's weird. I will,
Okay, thank you. Okay, we have some agreement.
I will say there is this scene where they reference there's a kid from like Maplewood, New Jersey that always makes me laugh because I live in Jersey, so that always gets me every time. He's like, "Oh, hey, this kid from Maplewood, New Jersey is at it again." I'm like, "Dang it, you always get me with that."
You're like, it's me. Oh man, that just I don't know. That movie just creeps me out. But we have some. We're agreeing on some things, but you know.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, well, the only thing that upsets me is nobody's mentioned the greatest like Christmas program ever, and it was the Office Christmas episode where they went to Benihana.
Oh
come on.
my
That
gosh!
is the best
Don't
ever.
even get me
That is
started
the
on The
best
Office.
ever.
The best
Oh my
Christmas
gosh.
special.
When
is The
Dwight
Office.
can't even sit by them, he's like trying to lean over and be like, "What are you guys talking about?" And those people won't switch with him. Oh my gosh! Don't even get me started on The Office. Oh man, I will talk
Unbelievable.
about it forever. I have the
And
sign.
Michael writes his name on the one girl's hand.
Oh my gosh, he's dating. So for anyone who doesn't know the episode, he's dating this Asian girl, and there's another Asian girl from Benihana's, but he can't remember
He's
which
like, "It's
one
one of
is
those
his
two."
girl. So he takes a Sharpie and marks the girl that is supposed to be his because he can't tell them apart. And oh my gosh, it's so good.
See, it's the best Christmas special ever.
It is. I
Okay,
agree. I agree.
As soon as she talked about that part, that reminded me of what the episode was, because I was like, I think I've seen this episode, but
That
maybe
is
a later
so
season.
funny.
That is one of the funniest
Oh
episodes.
my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
And he brings in like his old bike for the
Yes.
children's box.
And then
to
Creed
give away.
takes toys out of the bag. It's like,
Oh my gosh, that is just such a good show. It's so good. Oh yeah, no, that's just all of the
I miss The
all of the
Office.
Office Christmas episodes are just amazing.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
I nailed that one.
Brian, you said, okay, so I'm guessing, Brian, your favorite Christmas movie is what is it? Sorry, A Christmas Story. Is
That's
that
one of them,
correct?
certainly.
Okay, one
That's
of them.
one of
Okay, what is your actual favorite? And then I'm going to go to Carlie's, and then I have to protect the Polar Express.
I would say I got to go with the Charlie Brown Christmas special as my favorite. I've always
Aw.
Snoopy's always been my
Yeah.
boy. I love Charlie Brown. I love Peanuts.
Snoopy.
Okay.
So Snoopy's the best.
Have you been to the Mall of America?
I have not.
That's
Where
what we're doing.
Is that in like
February 11th.
Minnesota or something, isn't
In
it?
Minnesota, yeah.
Was I right? Minnesota. I love that.
Minnesota,
That's
yeah.
how my mom
Minnesota.
always says it. So I
They
gotta
just,
say
they
it
just
like
talk
that.
like Canadians. They're like, hey,
Minnesota,
Minnesota.
eh? Eh?
Minnesota,
Let's
eh?
go to the Mall of America, eh?
Yeah.
But yeah, they have their own like Peanuts area in the mall.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's all
nice.
Charlie Brown related and has roller coasters and stuff. So cool.
Oh,
Have you guys heard of
That's awesome.
Knott's Berry Farm?
no.
Knott's Berry Farm. Hold on.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm in a parallel universe. Knott's Berry Farm is literally a Peanuts themed amusement park in California. It is all Charlie Brown Peanuts themed,
Really?
but it's called Knott's Berry Farm. And then during like Halloween and stuff, it's Knott's Scary Farm. But I'm telling you, like, if you ever get the chance to go, like, nobody knows about it. And I'm like, this is a big amusement park and it's all Peanuts themed. It's great.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. Oh my gosh.
Knott's Berry Farm.
I've been to California a few times. San Diego 1 year, and then we went to Disneyland when I was a younger kid. That was fun.
Yeah.
But
San
I
Diego's
don't remember much of it except for Mulan was out. That was cool because I took a picture.
Love Mulan.
Yeah.
You were that
Hey.
good.
There you go.
I love that.
All right. So Brian, you said that Charlie Brown Christmas, and then Jimmy, your all-time favorite. I cannot remember already. I've forgotten.
Grinch Stole Christmas, Elf, Charlie Brown Christmas,
good.
Home Alone, It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. Thank you. Thank
Wow.
you. Okay. That's my dad's favorite. He played it way too many times that I could
Aw.
possibly ever watch it. But Carlie, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, it's probably it's between Jim Carrey's Grinch
Oh,
and
gosh.
hey,
Dude, the
What?
shade that comes from Christmas movies, I swear to
what
God.
is going on here? What do you
Jimmy's
gotta-
like, you blasted the Polar Express,
You blasted
and then I get the Grinch.
Are you gonna defend the Polar Express over the Grinch?
The only reason I would ever watch that version of The Grinch is solely because of Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
Jim
that's the
Carrey is
point.
the best part of that entire movie and nothing else.
And
That is
he's
it.
the whole movie though. That makes it great.
If it wasn't for that movie, we would not have gotten Taylor Momsen of The Pretty Reckless.
True that.
She would
That
have
is
been
true.
there. She just wouldn't have been a star before
Other
that.
than those two things,
Which
I
are
find no
literally
redeeming
the whole
value of that
movie.
movie. I'm sorry.
No, Dan,
That's
that was
my
clearly a
opinion.
stepping stone to the Pretty Reckless.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
absolutely right.
He needed to be Cindy Lou Who to find out who she was going to be in Pretty Reckless,
Exactly.
Since
Gave her the
Fair enough,
confidence.
fair enough.
which is so opposite. Like,
Fair enough.
okay, so I love how you're like the Grinch is the best part of that movie. The only reason I watch it, Jim Carrey and Cindy Lou Who. That's literally the whole movie. Like that, you like the movie. That's literally that.
No.
So,
It is what it is at this point.
Okay.
But please continue, Carlie.
but I'm just teasing you.
No, I know.
So with the Grinch, Jim Carrey was wearing so much prosthetics and so much costume and stuff like that he literally was having panic attacks to the point where he wanted to quit. He could not
Yeah.
film the movie anymore.
Wow.
And what they did is they brought in a Navy SEAL to teach him how to handle intense situations of panic or feeling like he's suffocating to keep him calm. So he had to learn like Navy SEAL tactics in order to even be the Grinch. And I just like talk about an actor, like, oh
Wow.
my gosh.
Mm.
But like the
not
writing
know
in the Grinch is so good. Like I love the scene when he's like yelling to his echo and he's like, "You're an idiot, you're an idiot." And it comes back and oh my gosh, it's so good. Or the part when he's like, "Oh, dinner with myself at 6:30. I can't cancel that again." Like that is just I love that. So
I
there's so
will
many
admit that part
good
is very funny.
quotes.
Jim Carrey
Yeah.
playing that role with himself is absolutely the best part of the movie. But when you're in Whoville with the rest of the town and they're mean-spirited and they're telling him like he's the best citizen, even though they've outcasted him for so long, I'm like, why would you want that feeling around Christmas from the ones that are holding hands and talking about how important faith is?
There's
Like that
such
didn't make
difference.
any sense character-wise. That's
Plot
my only
twist.
issue.
Plot
Yeah.
twist. The Who's are mean people.
That's it. It
Yeah,
was the
they're
Willy
bullies.
Wonka
Literally
version.
it.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you're on to something here. We're getting deep.
That's it. Maybe that's
Um,
where the Munchkins, not Munchkins. What are they called? From
What?
The Wizard
No.
of Oz?
Wizard of No, not Wizard. Maybe
The
that's where
Munchkins.
the Oompa
The
Loompas.
Oompa
came.
Loompas.
It's the
The
Who's. Yeah.
Munchkins.
My God.
Wow, that just took a turn. I was
I
like,
am
what is
so
Willy
sorry,
Wonka
small
doing?
people.
That's
I
like a-
apologize.
that's like a
Canceled.
sharp left.
Yeah, you just
Canceled.
got canceled on that. Oh my
Canceled.
god.
I will contact
Grinch and the Elf is equally ranked for you. I know it's so
Okay.
Like it's such a quote basic, but it is so good. Like the acting in it is just phenomenal, and it's just like it's nostalgic and it's just a good movie. Like I could watch that over and over and over again and love it.
One of Will Ferrell's best performances, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Yeah. And he's got a lot of movies. So The Elf is just an instant classic. Like it's a
100%.
feel good movie. It's got great writing, great storyline. Like it's just great. I love it.
100%.
Love it. All right, my favorite Christmas movie of all time happens to be Elf.
We win.
It is Elf. All right.
Yep. I would say that the best Christmas classic, though, because I've seen It's a Wonderful Life so many times. I've seen the Christmas Carol so many times and all of that. I would say my favorite movie to watch has been the most recent one that I watched from the classics. I still have to see White Christmas, but Miracle on 34th Street, the original, is a wonderful Christmas movie.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, that's an old one, isn't it?
It is.
Wow. I feel like that's a forgotten one too.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's that one with Arnold Schwarzenegger where he has to get like the toy for his son?
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
Oh man, I haven't watched that one in forever. I need to watch that one this year.
How about Scrooged? Everybody forgot Scrooge.
Love Scrooge. Yeah,
Oh,
Christmas
good.
Carol.
Great call. Great
With
call.
who's in it?
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. That's it.
Oh, love him.
He's got an interesting form of humor. I watched Ghostbusters for my first time ever just a couple years ago, and I was asking myself the whole movie. I was like, "What is funny? Like, what is the joke?"
You're like, I don't get it.
Dan Aykroyd is so straightforward on everything, and he doesn't make any specific forms of humor. And then Bill Murray gets the crowd going, "Ha ha ha!" And I'm
I think
like,
Bill Murray's got like a very dry humor, which I really like. But
yeah. I don't know. He's self-aware, and I love him in Zombieland. I think he's great.
oh, that's instantly what I
That
was
was
thinking of
perfect.
too. Him in Zombieland is so good.
And let me
I was
protect.
just like when he's got shots, like, it's my bad.
Yeah, he's like, I really shouldn't have done that. That's okay. It's my bad.
Let me protect the Polar Express's reputation. Okay, I was a
I'm
child.
open.
Without
Convince
the nostalgia, it is the only other commercially successful song by Josh Groban in the end credits. What do you got on that?
Okay.
What do you got on that?
I
Nothing.
can't
No, I'm
compete
kidding.
with Josh Groban.
Yeah, I love the Santa scene. I love the bell. I love the message of it. I think that it's fantastic. It's blind faith, which is actually something that should be taught around Christmas time. I will give that the perspective. I will say that Tom Hanks is not an annoying character, just like Woody. I enjoy him in this movie, and I love watching that hot chocolate scene because I know how the movements work and like all of the like not development, but the character movement was so like spot on, and like that technology at that time was so cool. I will not say it held up well. It did not.
I saw the movie and I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, and when it's not playing on TV, no one's upset.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't have a rebuttal for that. I didn't come prepared. I didn't know we were going to debate the Polar Express, but next time, trust me, I'm going to have some. I'm impressed. I will give you that.
Oh yeah,
you do.
Movie fanatic before anything. I mean, I love music, but if you want me to criticize something, I'm gonna go hardcore into a movie. Like that's my favorite thing. Oh yeah, and I'll talk about that on the Patreon, which you guys should all subscribe to.
Patreon.
Allison will be joining me for those wonderful episodes, watching movies.
Allison.
And to promote Christmas time, we're actually going to be watching the first and second Christmas Story for the first time together with microphones. That's what we're going to be doing.
I'm joining.
There's a second Christmas Story?
Yeah, he's like grown up.
That came out last year.
You didn't know there was a second one?
No.
Wow, fake Christmas fan. You don't like Christmas.
I was busy watching Die Hard. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, fair.
The ultimate Christmas movie, guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't get me started, Brian. I'm not going to get into this debate on Dan's podcast.
Oh no! Do you think Die Hard's
I found out how to get Jimmy fired up.
Yeah, this is
Christmas movies.
That's all you got to do.
Talk about the Polar Express.
Forget about all the sports talk.
It takes a lot to fire me up.
Yeah, I see that. Just talk about Polar Express. Oh man.
It's like a personal
all
attack.
love. Oh my gosh.
It's all good, Carlie.
the final question. This is a very sentimental one. What does Christmas mean to you?
Ooh.
Mm.
I mean, I just like getting presents and stuff. Like, I really don't care about anything else.
That whole Jesus thing is like
That's
part
yeah,
of it, I
no,
guess.
like I don't know,
Ay,
like
ay,
he's,
ay.
I don't know, some dude was like born. I don't know, like. Okay, well, I wasn't gonna go first, but I need to make up for that.
No, go ahead, Carlie.
Obviously, yeah, for me, as a Christian, obviously, like the quote, Jesus is the reason for the season. I think for me the most important part is remembering like the birth of Jesus and who he is for us and what he's given up for us and just how truly amazing he is and celebrating him and his birth and like how amazing is it that the God of the universe literally humbled himself down to a baby,
Exactly.
like a baby, and came to
Amen.
us in such a humble way and such a vulnerable way, just so he could understand how we feel and then ultimately to sacrifice his only son for us. Like that's that, if that ain't something to celebrate, I don't know, like but I also think Christmas is just a really great time to reflect on what you are grateful for and the blessings that we do have in life, and to be with family, which unfortunately this year I will be alone on Christmas. I will have my puppies, but I wasn't able to make it home for Christmas this year. And not looking very forward to that, but like I am never truly alone. I always have Jesus, and I will make the best day that I can out of it. But yeah, so I think just being with family and appreciating everything you do have in this season, Christmas can be really hard for a lot of people, and the holidays can be a really hard and sad time. So I think just showing extra love to people, especially during this time, is really important for Christmas. But ultimately, Jesus is the reason for the season.
Oh, yes.
1000% agree with you. And I just want to add, it's for me, it's all about gratitude as well. Like having gratitude for the things that you do have rather than the things that you don't. I think that's something that people tend to forget about this time of year, especially. So I think it's really important this year, especially, to just like sit back and think to yourself, hey, I have this, I have a roof over my head, I've got an amazing support system. Focus more on that rather than the things that you quote unquote want or need. Like, do you really like need anything else other than what you have already in your life? I think that's something that people tend to really, really forget about. And I think it's time people focus more on that this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Something that I've always questioned is the fact that we have Thanksgiving, a day that we're so thankful for everything we have. The very next day, we're sitting at like 4 a.m. to get things that we don't even need.
Yeah.
Like, where did the thankfulness go?
Exactly.
Literally the day before. We had a
Ignore
sermon.
this.
We had a sermon about that. Yeah, I see you, Dan. I see
Don't look-
you.
don't look at it.
Literally all out the window. Literally all out the window to spend like $500 on a flat screen TV, an Apple Watch, or whatever.
Whose marketing idea was that to be like, hey, the day after that we celebrate everything we're thankful to have, let's have a big sale and just get everyone to buy, like the most capitalistic day of the year of buying things that we don't need. Like, where did that come from? But it works. So, anyways, but I
Also
love,
the best
I love
South Park
everything you
special.
said.
But,
I've never watched South Park.
I gotta say, Carlie, you said it perfectly when God humbled himself. And it's I always, in my mind, I link Christmas and Good Friday and Easter, because it's like, to me, it's like we celebrate the fact that he came here, but it doesn't end at the fact that he was born here. It's he came here for a very specific reason, was to be that full and final sacrifice, so that now we don't have to basically answer for the things that we've done. We've been made, righteous by everything that he did. And so that's what I think of, is he came here, humbled himself, so that now we can go to where he is.
Yeah,
and I think that's
amazing.
The most amazing love story ever told.
It really is. It's the ultimate
100%.
sacrifice for us. Like, he cleansed us.
I got to add to that, there's a song that you need to check out, Brian, from Maddie Mullins of Memphis Mayflower called He Came With Love.
Okay.
Really, really represents what you just said.
I want to check that out too.
Yes, I truly love that song. It's a ballad, so it's not heavy or anything, but
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No. Lolo's agreeing with us. Absolutely.
Lola has a lot to say. You haven't asked her a single question. Hey.
But no, again, Maddie Mullins, definitely one of the best singers out there today, and Memphis Mayfire is an outstanding band. Outstanding.
So sorry.
No, don't be sorry. We love that Lola's getting involved in the conversation.
Yeah, she has a lot to say, but she doesn't understand that people don't want to hear her talk all the time. So
she's such a sweet pup.
She's my best friend.
So my personal favorite thing about Christmas time, now that I'm an adult, now that I have income and I'm able to support other people and stuff, you know, it's like I try to do my absolute best to get just the most happy, joyful reaction from getting a gift for someone.
Aww.
It's less of the actual gift as it is just the reaction to it, and like just to see how much I've put like all this effort into thinking during the year, like what did they talk about that they would really want, or what have they really been just magnetically connected to recently this year. Like my dad got to do a show, which I'm not going to say it, but I got that for him for Christmas because he was talking about it all year long. He's been watching it nonstop. Like, other people would get it because they're like, oh, he watches the show. But I know because he loved watching it and he was addicted to the show that it was like, oh, well, he would probably want to rewatch it again.
Was it 90 Day Fiance? It
no.
was 90 Day Fiance. The Bachelor.
Yes,
he's like, I won't tell them, Dad. I won't tell them.
What are people's obsessions with those shows in all seriousness? Like, what is the deal?
With what?
With the reality show.
The obsession with like The Bachelor, 90 Day Fiance. Like, what are we doing here? Like, we're just putting random people on TV just to embarrass them for no reason? Like, what gives?
Blame the real world. Blame Jersey Shore. Blame the numbers that came from those shows.
Yeah, blame New Jersey, Jimmy.
Tequila Shot at Love. Blame New Jersey.
Blame New Jersey. It's Jimmy James' fault.
I blame Jersey for a lot of things, so that is definitely one of them.
I think it's just mindless entertainment. I mean, I don't watch reality TV because I can't do drama. I'm just like, this is killing my brain cells. I can't handle it. But there is some entertainment in it. Like, it is just truly entertaining to see people fight over dumb things. Like, as a human being, we kind of like stupid stuff like that. But I don't know. It could just be kind of fun. I love 90 Day Fiance. I'm not going to lie. It is the most ridiculous, hilarious trash show I've ever seen in my life. But if you need something mindless to put on that you can just make fun of, that's it. Okay, your dad would understand, Dan. He loves it.
No, he would never watch that show in his life. I promise you.
All right.
I do have to plug a show because everybody here loves The Office.
Okay.
If you go on Amazon Prime, there's a show called Mr. D.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. D.
It is a Canadian show that is exactly like The Office, like set in a school. Yep. It is the funniest show ever.
Oh, I know what I'm doing after this.
It's on Amazon Prime. It's fantastic.
It is so off the wall and so inappropriate at times that Allison and I, we were like trying to figure out, because we saw the viral clip of the kids like hearing the words or like trying to say words that were very inappropriate. And that was great for shock comedy, but I told Allison, I was like, I think that was only like a little snip of the show to like get you interested in it. And so we're watching like the first episode, and there was definitely adult themes in it, and I was just like, I love this, but I don't understand. It wasn't bad
like others, like they're not swearing a lot or
no.
It's just, you know,
it's just
really funny.
Suggestive, I could say, mostly suggestive, but almost all the kids are idiots, especially the teenagers. Like, the funniest things they say.
But the teachers are even more idiots.
I gotta watch the show now. You are getting
okay. Yeah, now I need to watch it.
Speaking of teachers, do you guys know the comedian Gabriel Iglesias?
Yes.
Yeah, he's from Bakersfield. Shout out to my Baco people.
Oh, he actually is from Bakersfield. Okay, I knew he was from California, but I didn't know where.
No,
he's from he has. I don't know if you've seen it, but he has this this Netflix show called Mr. Iglesias, where he's a high school teacher, and it's just, if you haven't seen it, it's quite hysterical.
I might have to watch that.
He's one of my favorite comedians ever. And there's this joke There's this joke in the first season. I'm just gonna flat out say I don't care about controversy at this point, but there's this joke that he uses with a female student where they're talking about whether it's Latino, Latina, and she says the correct term is Latinx, and he's like, Latinx sounds like a Mexican bug spray.
Oh
I just lost it.
That's actually really funny. Oh,
Right?
he's so funny. Oh man.
If you get a chance,
Oh,
check
that's
out
great.
Mr. Iglesias. It's really funny.
I will.
Oh
Oh,
my
man, he's
gosh.
good.
That's
Have
a
you seen his
Christmas
gift
present as well.
basket? His
What's
gift
that?
basket act, the gift basket.
Oh my!
Oh my gosh. If you haven't heard Gabriel Iglesias' gift basket,
one of the funniest skits ever.
so funny. Yeah.
I would be partial, and I will say it's a complete bias, but I love when he talks about checking into a Chicago hotel at like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m.
Oh no.
And he does the perfect accent.
You know all about that, dude.
I sure do.
Oh no.
Happened to be a hotel worker for a long time, but yeah,
Oh.
that was one of the most spot on representations of what you're gonna get from an overnight agent.
Mr. Iglesias with an I. What's the I stand for? I need a bigger bed. Practically every time.
That was
Now I
good.
gotta go watch Mr. D and Mr. Iglesias. I gotta go, guys. I gotta watch some TV shows
Oh
tonight.
my gosh,
Please
so many
do.
good shows.
Wow.
Oh my god.
All right. For the final part of this incredible interview, I want to thank every single amazing person that joined me for this chat. You guys are absolutely amazing people, and
Thank you,
I
Dan.
look up to each and every one of you in every single way because I want to make sure that one day I will just have that click that you guys do with your faith, with your understanding of life, and just that overall. And I won't have soap in my mouth anymore because. But I will
Shea,
say,
what
like,
now?
Sending you soap.
Carlie will be sending some my way probably by Christmas time.
I love
You're gonna
all
get
of
Shea
you guys
soap.
for all of your wholesome attitudes and just the way that you look at life, and it brings all of us smiles just being in the same room, even though we're not literally. It's
might
that
be.
joy that should be around the holiday, and it's so nice to have all of you guys here. Thank you so much for joining me.
I
Yeah,
completely
thank you, Dan,
agree.
for having us.
Yes.
The pleasure is seriously all ours. And
Absolutely.
I didn't mean to cut you off there, Brian. I'm
all
sorry.
right.
But I think I can vouch for everybody here when I say, we're really thankful to know you as a friend, as a
Absolutely.
podcaster, and like we said in the beginning, the way that you have grown personally, the fact that
Mhm.
you got me and Brian on board to do this sort of thing with you, to be able to talk to one of the best YouTubers out there is just a true blessing to us. And we're forever grateful for you, Carlie. I'm grateful to get to know you throughout this conversation. You're awesome. I hope this is not the last time we speak to each other.
Definitely not.
Absolutely. And Brian, we've known each other for a while too. I'm definitely proud to call all of you my good friends, and I'm just
Absolutely.
extremely blessed. I really am.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't have said it better. It's a blessing to know all of you. It's really an honor to be included in this. I really appreciate it. I'm just pumped, and like Jimmy said, I hope that we do this many times. So
Oh yeah,
it was a
y'all are
blast.
stuck with. We're gonna talk about the Polar Express in detail next time. Get
Full
your dukes
debate.
up, boys. We're gonna go into it. Oh my
We're
god.
throwing ahead. Let's go.
Oh, Polar Express, man, it's
How do you
going
fight on
down.
this?
We're gonna have a
Then we're
debate
going to
next
discuss
time.
is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
no.
That's a
Ultimate
good
debates.
one. That's a good one. I like that. We're gonna get into it. But
Brian
no,
Morris,
I
do
just
not
have
get
to
me started
say,
on this great debate. You will lose.
No,
oh, it's on, bud. You're right.
Well,
You're
you
just
will-
next to me
You
there.
will lose this argument.
Oh my gosh. No, I have to say thank you guys for taking the time to even the fact that you put the emphasis on me being like the guest here, I feel honored to be here with you guys and to get to this is my first time getting to talk to Brian and Jimmy James. And I just appreciate you guys so much taking the time out of your day to sit and listen to me talk about things. I'm sure you have other things you could be doing. So I appreciate you so much and for all the kind words that you guys have shared with me And I just feel really grateful to have the opportunity to meet you guys and to be on a second episode with Dan. Like they said as well in the beginning, like you have grown so much and I will always be here to support you. You've been a great support to me and become a friend of mine. And now Brian and Jimmy James have become friends of mine. And I look very forward to our future conversations. Like, I feel like this is definitely the start of a really, really fun friendship and fun podcasts. And the pleasure truly is all mine, not you guys. Like it's mine to be here tonight. I'm honored.
Wow.
So thank you.
Carlie. Thank you so much. Yeah, I truly feel like this is the beginning of an awesome friendship. Like you said, I agree 100%. This definitely will not be the last time that we speak to each other.
Heck no. I'd be so sad. I'd be like, I just want to talk to them. I want to tell them the Polar Express sucks.
So sneak in final question here, because I saw it in your story a little bit ago. What are you doing with your podcast?
For me?
Yes.
Oh.
Because I saw you were like, what should I talk about on my podcast? And I was like, oh, she's bringing it back.
Yeah, I really need to. So I started the podcast back in probably 2021, and it's called That's What Shea Said. Office reference there for you. Yep, love it. And I need to like really sit down and decide what my mission is for the podcast. I think truthfully, I want to just talk to people. Like they don't have to be like people that are like, they don't have to be celebrities or famous people or anything like that. Like people are so important, and I have gotten to talk to strangers. I've gotten really good at it. Like I can become friends with anybody on the street, and just like, I love hearing stories and I love telling stories, and I want a podcast where I can just literally talk about anything with anybody, like literally what Dan does. Like he's fantastic at it. He's very inspiring when it comes to what I picture having a podcast being like. Like I feel like I could sit here and talk to Brian and Jimmy James and just get your life stories, and like we could just talk about anything. And I think that's so special. Like conversation's so special, and getting to hear people and turn them into real human beings instead of just usernames or like I often think about how like when I'm walking around and you see all these people, like they're not just NPCs, like they're people with lives, they're people with kids, and this person may have just lost their job and doesn't know how they're going to pay rent this month, and like there's just so many details that we don't even know about. And until you get to talk to somebody, it makes them a real human being. And so that being said, I do want people on the podcast with me. I know some people do solo podcasts. I don't want to do that. I want to talk to people. I don't want to hear myself talk for an hour. But it's been really hard for me to find consistent either co-host or be consistent with like getting interviews with people. Like with my schedule being so busy, it's really hard for me to pinpoint and to like create collaborations and stuff like that, which again, Dan, you should be so proud of yourself for being able to set up. Like you got 3 other human beings on a call with you. That's pretty dang impressive. So
it's all about convenience.
Oh my gosh, I admire it. You should be proud of yourself, but I do want it to be a part of the channel. I do desire to have conversation with people, and it's just so fun. Like I just want to get into very fun topics, and like also I think with the channel bringing in artists would be really cool too. Like having that connection and getting the behind the scenes scoop of being like, hey, I actually have the possibility of having Vanilla Ice on my podcast, and I want to ask him like what? Hang on.
You cannot find any results for what you said while you are using the app.
Yes!
I knew that was gonna
awesome.
I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. But I have a subscriber who is next door neighbors with Vanilla Ice, and he was like, hey Carlie, like I talked to him for you. He said he'd be down to be on your podcast. And I was like, okay, thanks. But I have a really important question for him. I want to ask him, what is his favorite form of ice? Does he like it crunchy, crushed, or solid? I need to know. So I just have I have really important questions that need to be asked, and that's what I want the podcast for. So yeah, so I would like that to be here in the future. I definitely need people to come in and talk to me. So it sounds like this will be another podcast in the future.
Oh,
100%.
Plus,
Absolutely.
if you need any home renovations, Vanilla Ice can help with that now too. So
He's so great. He's so talented.
He went
Love
Amish
him.
for a little bit, right?
Go Robert.
he did do the Amish show. You're right. I forgot
I
about
see.
that.
More question to add. What was it like being Amish?
There you go.
Does he hang out with Weird Al on the weekends? These are
Oh,
questions
that's
you need to know.
such a good Amish paradise. Oh my gosh, Weird Al. Don't even get me started. Oh, I love that guy.
All right. I don't even know how to end anything. I don't want to end anything, right? Like, this is amazing, but
This
I
is
know
so
that these
fun.
two guys,
This has
they
been a
gotta go to
blast.
bed because it is later over in their area.
Ooh, lame.
Just a smidge. But
Ooh,
either
snake
way,
hair.
yes, you guys are awesome. Once again, I really appreciate all of the
Thank you.
kind words, and all of your content is truly going to change the world. Every single one of you, doesn't matter if you're at the bottom or at the top of the YouTube food chain, you're going to make a difference because you guys are standing out as real people with real passion, and that is what I promote on this podcast. I want to thank
Amen.
all of you guys for watching this, especially
you.
my patrons, whatever the heck they're called. But Media Man fans, that's what I'm saying. Media Man
Love
fans,
that.
you are awesome. I appreciate all of you, and thank you for giving me your time today. All right, guys, let's finish off with a nice little Merry Christmas in about 3, 2, 1. Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Thanks again for watching. I hope all of you have an awesome night.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
let it go.
That was special.
Thanks again for watching. I hope all of you have an awesome night and stay safe out there. Peace.
Bye.
That concludes our interview with Carlie Shea of Shea What Now. Again, we had such a blast doing this, and we want to thank MediaManDan again for making this all happen. Thank you so much, and thank you again to Carlie for taking some time out of your day to talk to us. We truly cannot express our gratitude enough. But that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for watching and for checking out our channel. If you enjoyed this content and want to keep on seeing more, make sure you not only smash that like button, but also subscribe and hit that bell so you stay notified of every single video. Also, make sure you drop a comment letting us know your thoughts on the interview. And hopefully there will be more interviews to come very soon. I'm currently working on a few things, so stay tuned for possible future announcements on those. I'm Jimmy, this is The Bottom Line. Have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, and I'll catch you next time. Peace, and take care.